Corey. Somebody just exit Corey.
Yo, what is up?
Damn.
Lord have man. this man, please. Come on, man. Don't come here with that weird energy, man. Come on,
man. What's up,
this man? Said,
what is up? We are live again, right on time, despite what y'all think. We always on time.
Yep.
Man Down Sports Full Panel Friday, man. We back and we got a full panel. Okay, of course, me.
Sure, we almost had 8 today, didn't we?
Almost had 8. We almost had 8. You can see the one that's missing. Make sure y'all let her know about it next time she get back on here. But me, Chris, got Mel, E, Jay, Zoe, Dominique, and an OG. Welcome back, Corey. Man, what's happening?
Hi guys.
Oh Lord, have mercy, man. Oh, please, man, why y'all been so weird today, man? Yeah, that's our residential Cowboys fan, man. So we are on time. I had technical difficulties, John. So it's on me today.
He also had difficulty saying that too.
Hey, look, the older I get, the more tongue twisted I get, man. I used to be able to speak a lot better than this. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Joe Biden talking to us.
Don't tell me, I don't ever want to hear about your tongue ever. Don't tell me what's twisted.
I did not even say nothing nowhere close to weird, man. I just said tongue twat. Tongue tie. I just did it again.
Tongue twat.
Hey, we got an incredible show set for y'all today. But first things first, man. I'm gonna pass it over to Zoe, man, because we got some members to shout out. Zoe.
For sure. All of our membership information is in the description. Go ahead and sign up. But I'm gonna shout out the ones who are already subscribed to our membership, our YouTube membership. There's 4 different levels. Savon Arnold, of course, Mikey Brass is already in here. Shout out Mikey, Ryan Walters, Chris Anderson, Beast Mode Bones, Jay Barrett, Taco Master, Max Latortu, Evine Brown, Doug M, The Real Mr. Cropper, WW Shay J, R Bean, Jeffrey Guyot, Liquid Swords, Shy Rider West Side of 23, A Harkins, Michael Tofield, Wizman Ballin, and Malachi Israel. We appreciate you guys being members with us, and we got some stuff coming for y'all real soon. Very cool.
Hey, I'm not doing the membership read number because you've pronounced every name correctly. I'm not doing it ever again, man.
Shout out to the members, man. Hey, the week is over, man. How was y'all week? How's everybody doing?
Man, we good.
It was a long man. It was a long. Dominique got some admirers in the comments, don't she?
Got her own little following, man.
Little fan club. That's
fan club.
You got to give your fan base a name, Dominique.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
The Dominettes.
I got a good name for the
don't you start.
I think we got a good name. I think we got a good name.
Don't you start.
It's that name in the post game. We might reveal that name in the post game.
Nah, I ain't gonna say.
We're not gonna do that. That's an inside joke.
Thank you, Enzo Deuce. That was a good one.
Neat gang. Okay. Bet. All right, well then let's
you got some
Greg Wallen already.
Somebody stop.
The dominatrix.
That was for the post game, Greg. Say that one for the post game, man.
That was wow.
Hey, count on Greg to always be the wild one, man.
See you dumb. What's see you dumb on fire? I don't get that one.
He'll try. I don't know. Dominique got somebody in their feelings.
Already. Well, shit, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Zoe, man, let's get this news redone.
All right, we're gonna start off a funny story, a little boxing history. I know Shakur Stevenson, if you're familiar with the boxing world, just had a fight on Saturday against Artem. This is a name I am not going to pronounce correctly. With that guy, it was a really easy fight in my opinion, just based on his caliber of what he feels he is as a fighter. But he got a lot of detractors saying that the fight was boring. He didn't let his hands go. I watched the fight. It looked like a typical Shakur Stevenson fight. But that's not the story.
That was the story.
Well, that's not the story. So everybody saying that his fights are boring. He went on a Twitter rant and he was calling people out. Of course, our fellow content creators, Cameron and Mace, said the fight was boring. They said it put him to sleep, and Shakur didn't like that too much. So he went on a Twitter rant calling them bums and legends, the washed up rappers, and all of this other stuff. So if you've been following, Cam and Mace will respond. And I got a small soundbite for what Killer had to say. Check it out real quick in response.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I see why they call you Shakur Twitterson. Like, my nigga, 4 hours of tweeting about me and Mace is wow. You boring, nigga. You boring. Everybody's seen it. We ain't the only ones who've seen it. You boring, nigga. I thought I was never polite about it. I thought it was cool. Niggas asked Teofimo, you seen the fight? He said, hell no. Why the fuck would I watch that? It went 12, right? Yeah, I knew it went 12. Kid Bradley, he's announcing the fight. He says, I got my coffee ready. Round 3, he's like, about time to start drinking the coffee before I fall asleep. He ain't say the fall asleep part, but that's what he was referring to. Your grandfather's in your corner telling you to let your hands go. You won't let your motherfucking hands go because you scared to get hit. You want to swim without getting wet. It's just not going to happen, nigga. Now, what I will say, this is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in the last 2 years. This was kind of funny. This is the most entertainment we've seen out of you in 2 years. Congratulations, nigga.
Yeah, if the nigga put this energy into your boxing, nigga, and start letting your hands go, then you'll be a pig.
That ain't gonna happen, right? That's just not gonna happen. The last 2 fights put a nigga to sleep. That's just, the point being is this, nigga, you fighting more after the fight. You just had a fight Saturday. You're losing your damn mind the last 2 days. Trying to fight everybody on Instagram, on Twitter, or everything else because we seen it. We seen it, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Then you talk about we should glove up. Shut the fuck up. A nigga slap fire out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Boxing in the streets, confused, nigga. For real, nigga. Like, stop getting boxing in the street. Those are 2 different things, nigga. That is 2 different things, nigga.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. It's more, but if you want,
hey man, go check that out on YouTube, man. Hey man, they falling asleep watching the fight. It's crazy, man.
Oh man,
that's hilarious,
man.
So did you notice in the middle of the fight they showed where the crowd was leaving?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
That was the middle. I thought that was like the 10th or 11th.
I mean, I watched the whole fight. They started showing it first, like in the 8th round, like in the 7th or 8th round. They started showing people leaving, and by the 10th, the arena was like halfway empty.
And they say this the man that's supposed to give Tank a run for his money.
You heard what Tank said after his fight.
He just don't have no power.
It's true. You heard what he said after Tank said after his fight. He said, "I'll fight him just because that's what the people want to see." But you already know what he gonna do, and that's all he said. He just said, "You know what he gonna do," and he just kind of shrugged his shoulders and just was like, "Next question." Because
listen, Shakur, like I think it was Bird in the comments who was like, the point of boxing, and somebody else I saw it. The point of boxing is to not get hit. He this is true. It's a science, and so I think Shakur is a great boxer, just like Jay said. He just ain't gonna knock nobody out, and he ain't gonna be super active with his own hands. I think Shakur can fight. He just not gonna he gonna not get hit, but he ain't gonna do too much hitting either. You know. So
hey man, sure. we watch sports because it's an entertainment. You know what I mean?
Good point.
Hey, bro, we watch boxing because we want to see somebody get knocked the fuck out at the end of the day, or we want to see a battle of some sort. But hitting the cat and spinning around the ring 6 or 7 times, man, I mean, it's just boring. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. We'll see if that Tank and Shakur fight get made.
Never.
Probably not. Moving on. Of course, we all know Team USA not only played this week, their schedule is out. They had their first exhibition against Canada, which they looked a little crazy earlier. But they ended up pulling it out 86-72. Ant-Man was a real spark off the bench from in the first half, and then talent just overpowered them for the most part to second half. But there was somebody who was not on that sideline that initially was on that roster, who spent a lot of time on the sideline lately, and that's Kawhi Leonard. Withdrew from the team, is not going to play. He is replaced by Derek White, and we'll talk about that a little bit later too. He's replaced by Derek White. What is this? What is this? Just who Kawhi is now, y'all?
Kawhi, why would you put him on the roster?
No.
It was a stretch putting him on the roster in the first place, seeing as how he missed the team's last 12 of 14 games, including the playoffs.
He missed. He played one game in the playoff series against the Mavericks.
Exactly. One. So to think that he was going to be ready 2 months after that for the Olympics, I think Team USA and the Clippers organization made a wise idea and be like, listen, the ring is more important. So,
hey man, I bet you his owner came to him like, I know you're not playing in this damn Olympics. Right? I know you don't think you playing. I just extended you for 140 million, whatever it was. Hey man, I know you don't think you're playing in this Olympics because hey, you said your tires was flat for the playoffs. We lost a playoff run. How you get ready to go play the Olympics?
Facts.
Agreed.
So hey man, it is what it is, huh?
It is what it is. I mean, without the only point that I can make and we can move on is Kawhi. The Carolina, he got rings and he got Finals MVPs. He just kind of everything else is just icing on the cake, I guess. For him, he's not a guy who really expresses himself that much, but that's what it looked like. I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm rich. I'm a champion, and you ain't gonna be able to take that away from him. So he's just doing it. This is his victory lap. It's just taking a long time. RP Nip. But yeah. So I'm gonna move on. At the end of the day, real quick. What do y'all think about the team itself? Because that goes into what we're talking about next. The USA team, how they looked or whatever. If you saw the game,
I bet you we go get into it in the first segment. So I think yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
I got a lot of opinions about it, man. We'll get into it in the first segment for sure.
Okay,
I got some opinions about it though.
For sure. All right, and lastly, speaking of the teams that Kawhi has played on and won championships with, they are in the NBA, and the NBA people about to get paid a lot more money because they just signed, agreed to, not fully done yet, and we'll talk a little bit about that. The new NBA TV deal, it is 11 years for $76 billion, if I'm not mistaken, through a couple of different networks: ESPN, ABC, NBC, Amazon Prime. They given $6.9 billion per season. They rivaling NFL numbers with this type of deal. Now TNT does have a chance to match if they decide to match what Amazon Prime is doing, so they'll replace it. But that deal for the NBA is set in stone, which means this extension money is about to be crazy.
Which also mean the NBA about to be crazy because they got them networks got to make sure they get their money back. So man, basketball is done as far as it being real
and competitive. It's just a pageantry at this point now.
Yeah.
They're talking about players can end up getting $80 to $100 million a year
per
contracts.
That's soccer contracts.
Yeah,
and that's baseball money.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And that's all for today's news. Let's go ahead and roll into these segments, Chris.
So speaking on Team USA, they just did have their first exhibition against Canada. Came out a little wonky in the beginning, some turnovers, some miscues and stuff like that. But like Zoe said, ended up turning it on in the second half and showed us exactly who these guys really are. But there was a team poll that was asked them. I don't know how else to say that. There was a team survey. There we go.
Yeah,
there was a team survey.
Sheesh.
And they asked the players who was the best player on the team, and the highest vote getter was LeBron James, the oldest player by far on that team. He'll be 40 in December. I think the next oldest player on that team is either KD or Steph at 35 or 36. But a lot of people kind of surprised that that's the answer, and it was by such a wide margin. And part of those people that were kind of confused by that were the Odd Couple podcast with Rob Parker and Chris Broussard, and this is what Rob Parker had to say about it.
That's right. The Athletic conducted an informal poll of the 15 camp participants for Team USA and asked them who they thought was the best player in their little mini camp that they've had. By a runaway margin, 5 votes, which 5 out of 15 is a lot. LeBron James. No one else received more than 2. And they
Wait a minute,
actually got...
Did Bronny get the vote in this? I'm just asking.
Okay. He did not. And they also got on the record comments by a couple of guys who LeBron faced off in that Team USA scrimmage, the select guys. One of them, Amen Thompson, about LeBron. I told my brother after the first day, I was like, dude's 40 and he's the best player on the court. Jabari Smith Jr. added, I feel like LeBron's focus, Steph's focus, people have been around doing this for a long time, keeping that focus, still keep that hunger. That's what impressed me the most.
Sean King, I'm here to tell you right now that if LeBron James is the best player on Team USA, you can forget about a gold medal because that ain't happening. LeBron James, if he's your best player, there's something wrong. There's something stinky in Denmark. If I put my finger on it, I need to wash it. That's how bad it is. A 40-year-old is the best player on Team USA? He's better than Kevin Durant? He's better than Steph? LeBron James, who can only make the playoffs through the play-in with an Anthony Davis on his squad? That's the guy who's the best player on Team USA? I want Team Sweden. I'm going to pull for Team Sweden. I'm out. On USA, I'm out.
The first thing I thought was, okay, Bron took the USA select team to dinner and he paid the tab. Like, it had to be something, because just from a mindset standpoint, like, what is wrong with these young guys? Like, to me, these practices should be all about Jason Tatum and Anthony Edwards.
Thank you.
Who's about to assume the mantle as the guy?
Thank you.
Yeah, so I agree too. I thought, this is the young guys team, but I want to, get your opinions on it. Jay, how about you start us off? What you think?
Hey man, the people have spoken.
Which people though? We don't know who vote. So they said it was
they said it was the Team U.S. select team. It was the young
select teams. So it wasn't his peers. It was the select team. The young guys just
they spoke. We can reasonably assume that one of the 5 was Cooper Flagg, and he said, "Shit, I dropped everybody else off except for Bron."
You know what? Let's do this. I bet you if you look up that select team and count how many of them on Clutch Sports, it's probably 5.
I don't want to do that.
I want to protect my phone's innocence.
I bet you it was 5 Clutch Sports players for sure.
No, I doubt it.
But I will say this though. If LeBron was going out there, because I seen some little clips, LeBron looked good, man. You got to admit that, right? So if he went out there and during the scrimmage, he was just all over the place, and of course, Kawhi Leonard couldn't really go 100%. KD had the calf strain. Anthony Davis is castrated by Clutch Sports, so I mean, he probably did look better than everybody out there, but it don't match up with what everything else is saying, because last time I seen a poll of all the writers around the NBA last year, I think he was ranked outside the top 10. So I mean, it don't add all the way up, but it is what it is.
So which one would you respect more, a poll from the writers or a poll from hoopers?
Amen. Church say amen.
I couldn't say that just in a general sense. I would have to see the list of who was polled, and then I could tell you. I mean, because it might be some writers that I respect.
Don't ever say that again. I don't like it.
I let him slide for a couple of times, man, but that one was just egregious, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, everybody hit the like button, man. I forgot to say that. Hit the like button, everybody, please.
For sure.
That one was crazy.
Go
ahead.
Dominique.
John Wayne. I don't know if John Wayne can say. I mean, it's a ninja. So I don't know, but
I just picked up on that.
Yeah, why are they all scared of LeBron? He is voted the best, and appreciate your super chat. He is voted best player on this team. That's why this entire era sucks.
pretty much.
Yeah.
John ain't innocent until proven. So, with the little ninja up there, but yeah. I mean, listen. I think Bron came out and he wanted to set a tone. He trying to do what Kobe did when they came back with the Redeem team. And he kind of came and he set the tone. And I can imagine he did look good in practice. When they was going against the select team. Even Steve Kerr asked Ty Lue in one of the things. They pushed that Clutch Sports Media. So this was all over the media that Steve Kerr went to Ty Lue and said, does LeBron always practice like this? And Ty Lue was like, yes, every time. LeBron is still imposing. He's still LeBron. I can imagine some of those kids, because a lot of them are young, you know what I'm saying, still being starstruck. They grew up watching this dude. He's an idol to them, so at the end of the day, but that he's not the best player. He damn sure he looked like the best player on the team when the game got played. That's he ain't look like him then. That's not hate. He just didn't look like the best player at that time. And I know they were rusty, but at the end of the day, I get it. I get it. These kids are looking up to this guy who has been the face of the league for them growing up playing basketball. So I respect their opinion, but at the end of the day, they lying.
Hey man, ain't nothing. It's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey man, that he's the best player on the team, bro."
I agree with you. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
But you can't.
Ain't nothing wrong with saying the best player on the team, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
If this was like 2016, maybe, and I wouldn't even say that because KD was on that 2016 team, so he wouldn't even be the best player on that team. So I don't understand how.
There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing right with it either.
Look,
I'm not gonna hate on it. That's Tatum's fault. That Tatum and Booker, if they allowed LeBron at 39 to come out there and outplay them in scrimmages, that's their fault. You know what I mean? Look, it is what it is, man. The youngsters looked at it and seen that LeBron was the best in that side. I mean, it was only 5 out of 15 though. Exactly. 5 Clutch Sports dudes probably.
I mean, no, that's 1/3 of everybody polled. Pause.
Jesus.
Okay. Said the same thing, man. Everybody questioned. 1/3 of everyone questioned had the same answer. Like there was 15 guys they could have chose from. Somebody could have said Kawhi. I don't know why you would have.
I want to know who got the second most votes.
They said nobody else had more than 2. So
maybe KD didn't play, but did y'all know that KD is the leading point getter in all of Olympic basketball with the highest too? Nobody said KD.
And that last gold medal he got with the players that he had with him, Lord have mercy.
You talk about dragging a team to victory.
KD.
It was KD and the Cadets.
Yep.
That was it, bro.
Could it be LeBron is the only one taking it serious right now?
Yes, it could be that.
Yeah.
Point, Corey.
I mean, maybe,
I would think that's more than likely what it is. Like, I don't think that he ever ramps down for practice. Like,
and like somebody said, he was setting the tone like Kobe did for him and Wade. Because when Kobe showed up, he knew he had to do that. And Melo and Wade and LeBron was all playing around and not serious, not getting up in the morning. And Kobe was already on his second workout by the time they got up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it could be that. And LeBron is like, I'm the vet now. And he remember how Kobe, impressed them. And he want to do the same thing.
Right.
Dang, John Wayne again, $4.99.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up.
Go ahead, Don.
Well, I mean, are we watching Team USA or are we watching the Summer League? Because right now, as we're talking, the Lakers are playing Bronny James like he's Steph Curry. Okay, so he's out there on the floor. They're playing him like he's Steph Curry. And I just think that it's no coincidence that Steve Kerr comes out with that story about how you know, LeBron is he's the best on the floor. Nobody's working harder than him. Mind you see no one else working. So they clearly don't practice. They haven't been practicing. We saw what they looked like against Canada. That first quarter was a blowout practically because they didn't practice. So LeBron's this veteran. He's this leader. He's setting the tone. Yet they clearly did not practice ahead of that game. Yeah. So Steve Kerr, I don't even know why he's coaching the team. He has no business there. I want to see Joe Mazzulla. Why do I want to see a loser, someone who's lost the past few years, head coach of Team USA? I don't think he belongs.
I mean, Popovich was the coach and he was losing.
So I think that he's overrated as a coach. I don't think Popovich is overrated as a coach, but I think that Steve Kerr is. So, again, I think that Steve Kerr can be, put to say anything. I mean, look at the narratives that he had all year when Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole in the face. I mean, I don't believe anything that he says, or, 5 people voted LeBron best player. Great. I think it's a distraction from all of the heat that Bronny is getting. LeBron's used to this. He's used to someone saying he's not the best, or he's poop, or this is just the state of the league and what it looks like right now. And I think that's true. If we're saying LeBron is really the best player, on Team USA after multiple players on that team just won a title, that's pretty pathetic. So we know he's not the best, but clearly, this is a distraction or just a nice farewell story. This is part of the documentary. Isn't he currently creating his own last dance?
He probably is.
So all of these things are just plans, all a part of the story. So I think it kills 2 birds in one stone. So Bronny gets a little bit of a break in the press, and then also LeBron gets to add this on to his legacy that he was voted this, he's the best, he came in and set the tone just like Kobe, blah blah.
I wouldn't go with the diversion. Well, let me read the super chat first. Thanks, John Wayne. Is LeBron being voted the best player on the team of clutch on the team, or is this a clutch sports diversion tactic from Bronny struggling? Now I don't think they need to announce anything like this to divert from it, because they already got the media in check as far as what they go say and not say about Bronny. Like, it's so many people already in the media and on ESPN or whatever the case may be, that's already go say what needs to be said to protect him. He already got a protection plan. I think this is more what she said at the end. I mean, it's LeBron. This is probably his last Olympic. Give him this, man. But and then the Steve Kerr thing, I do think he's overrated. However, when they do these selections and stuff like that for the Olympics, it's a process over a couple of years, right? So Kerr was already the guy for a while. Mazzulla wouldn't even been on the radar when they was putting all this stuff together. So, yeah, I mean, I get it. He is overrated, though. He is overrated for sure.
I wonder what they do. What metric is he overrated?
Huh?
By what metric is he overrated? How many championships he got?
Oh no, he definitely got some rings.
How many championships?
He definitely has rings. I mean, if you're
thank you. So by what metric is he overrated? Based on
this metric of he's rated here. Hold on. Let me say this: the metric of he's rated here, and I don't believe that he should be rated there. He's probably should be rated here. So wherever he's rated, and right now I think the last time they put out a list of top 10, was it top 10 or top 15 coaches of all time?
He was on there.
He was in there, and I don't think he's top 15 coaches of all time.
Wow.
So that makes him overrated.
I'll put him in there. I'll have him over in that top 15 before Doc Rivers.
Oh, sure. Damn. Facts.
For sure. And his 4 rings as a coach, 3 of them he beat LeBron for. So
okay. I mean,
but Mark Jackson team.
You still got to run the game plan. You still got to create a game plan against that team.
I mean, and I don't think his game plans. Okay, but I don't think his game plans are good, and I don't think he's actually a good coach, and it's primarily because of his substitution patterns. So his substitution patterns are bad. He subs in players at the wrong times. He puts Steph Curry on the bench when he doesn't belong there. We've seen it over and over and over. We've seen Steph Curry angry because he was listening to his coach. So, he's just been wrong too many times at the wrong times to be wrong. And I don't think he's that great of a coach. I think he makes
I think Mike Brown is better for sure. Mike Brown is a better coach than he is.
But
in my opinion, Ty Lue is as well.
And Ty Lue and Eric Spoelstra are both assistants on that team too, on Team USA. So
thank you.
I think the assistant
he need
coaches are oftentimes better.
Yeah. No, notice since Mike Brown left the Warriors, that defense have really been trash, and basically the team's been trash.
Yeah.
But the Kings have been looking phenomenal.
When you take away his support.
Oh wow. Well, hey, look, let me win 3 championships and suck. I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm just saying, let me win 3 championships and suck then.
I didn't say he sucked.
You know what I mean? Hey,
yeah.
He was overrated. I didn't say he sucked.
I want to be a Dominique's top 5, but hey, I'm going to the bank. Call me when it's over.
I'm
just not overrated. Eric, if you had an EP Sailor rate number 1 and you thought they should be ranked number 5, and that person was overrated, they don't mean they suck. They just mean that they was overrated. They mean you're rated higher than what you should be. They don't mean you suck.
This is typical of like LeBron fandom because if
says
someone that LeBron is not the GOAT, then that means we're saying he's horrible. He's a horrible father. He's a horrible person. It means we're completely trashing him, and all anybody usually ever says is he's not the GOAT.
Yeah, let me get to this super check. Anyone see Joker and Bogey beat France today? No, I didn't see it. But
that's a single cigarette.
Sometimes called a Lucy.
I thought it was Lucy. Square. Square. So in the same realm of Team USA, we talked about it earlier. Kawhi walked away from Team USA, which means that opened up a spot. And a lot of people was lobbying for, this person, that person, yada, yada. And it ended up being Derek White taking over the spot for Kawhi Leonard. Jaylen Brown took a little exception to that. He went to Twitter and, a little simple tweet, question emoji, but it said a lot. And a lot of people kind of agreed that Jaylen Brown kind of got snubbed. So there it is. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's more to the story as to why Jaylen Brown is not added to the Team USA roster, or are we
well, hold on. I got a soundbite for that, Chris. I'll play what Grant Hill said, because Grant Hill is putting this team together. And y'all kind of decipher what he's trying to say or what he's trying not to say.
He kind of
I smell fish. Yeah, I definitely smell fish. But this is what Grant Hill said.
Well, for a good portion of my career, I wore a feedlot. So that was supposed to be a joke. Right. No, I mean we're proud of our partners, obviously, in USA Basketball, but this is about putting together a team. And I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because I think just overall, you have incredible interest from an abundance of talent that we have here in the United States. And I've talked a little bit about when we assembled this roster. You got 12 spots and you have to build a team. And one of the hardest things is leaving people off the roster that I'm a fan of, that I look forward to watching throughout the season, throughout the playoffs.
You pissing me off.
Guys who've been finals MVPs, guys who've been a part of the program, guys who've won gold medals, guys who I respect, admire, and enjoy watching. But the responsibility that I have is to put together a team, and a team that complements each other, a team that fits, a team that will give us the best opportunity for success. And so, whatever theories that might be out there, they're just that. But that's my responsibility, and it's tough. It's tough to have conversations, tell people that they're not on the team. And so I know I talked about that in the past, but I just think that speaks in general. Like I'm trying to win, and I'm trying to put together the right pieces that fit and give us a chance to win.
I want to ask if Do y'all think Jaylen Brown fit better than Derek White? And then I also want to ask, what's the point of going to go get one of his teammates to add insult to injury? You could have went and got any other person.
Bingo.
You went and got his teammate to make it 3 Celtics, right? Just to make it obvious. So make some sense out of what Grant Hill said and answer those questions for me, man.
Well, first of all, Grant Hill spoke like a true
do it, Jay. No.
Politician.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, man. Like you said, there was literally a whole NBA worth of other players he could have got. I think some of the direction from Nike was you can't get this guy. We know who that guy is. I'm not going to call him by name. This guy will not be on this team, period. So go do what you do from here on out. But I heard an interesting point of view earlier today, which was that maybe they took Derek White because you don't have to play him a whole lot of minutes. So if you would have took Jaylen Brown and didn't give him no minutes, then it looks like a snub, even though he's on the team.
But still,
so they had to take somebody who wasn't going to play a lot of or expect to play a lot of minutes or whatever. And I think
so. Was Kawhi not gonna play?
Hell no.
You don't think so?
With his knee limitations, like he was.
Show me the last time Kawhi played a lot of minutes anyway.
Yeah.
So they selected Kawhi to be Christian Laettner.
Oh shit.
Or Larry Bird. More Larry Bird than Christian Laettner.
Yeah, don't do him like that. Don't get him to Christian Laettner though.
Yeah, more Larry Bird. So Larry Bird was a legend who had game to be on there, but his back was done.
Yeah, he was wrapped.
It wasn't. It was no question why Larry Bird wasn't getting minutes like that with USA. Insert Kawhi Leonard.
But doesn't Jaylen Brown wear Nikes? Or am I tripping?
I don't think
I have no clue.
I don't
have
know.
no clue.
So the Nike, the wild Nike comment wasn't about himself. They said that it was in support of a basketball player who will remain nameless.
So Jaylen Brown, I'm pretty certain, is signed to Adidas. And he was just, the beef between him and Nike started because he spoke out. I'm not even going to say he spoke out in favor for Kyrie. He didn't mention his name. He didn't say anything about his posts. He just said, since when does Nike care about ethics? So he called out their ethics and basically said that they weren't ethical for whatever his reasons are. And that was basically where the beef was born.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. This is a Nike thing. Nike does this though. Like, we're not about to act like this isn't what they do. They have control over it, and they got a lot of money, so they can dictate who is going to be on this team, and which might be another reason why LeBron was voted the best player, because Nike's running the show anyway.
Don't do that. Don't do that to LeBron. LeBron ain't did nothing to you, dog.
My thing about it is like
I do think LeBron has the power though to make sure that he's on the team if that's what he wanted.
I mean, if everybody say all the power they say LeBron got, he didn't flex it with this situation. They said he got power, but they ain't saying it.
Does he team Nike too?
Y'all know Phil Knight ain't listening to LeBron at all.
All I'm saying is he's got a
lifetime contract.
He has a lifetime contract, so he's already,
So why would I have to listen to you? You can't threaten me to go anywhere else.
Sure can't.
Yeah.
So the LeBron power play doesn't work when you've already signed it away.
Yeah, you already employee, dog.
Yeah,
I hear that. I'm just saying that LeBron does have a lot of influence and a lot of power. He could decide that he didn't want to play for Team USA.
And they wouldn't even have cared. They'd have been like, good, get your 40-year-old ass.
My thing about it is why the pettiness though? Because I mean, if you was looking for defense to replace Kawhi Leonard, as much as I hate to say this, you probably could have went and got Draymond Green to replace Kawhi if you was just looking for defense. But you had to go get somebody that was on the same team, and you already got 2 other guys from that team.
Yeah, it felt like
you gotta be an earthling to play in the Olympics though. Like they don't let
On the donkeys.
Come on, man, chill.
I don't think that Grant Hill made the decision at all.
No, I don't think he did either.
He made the decision. It sounded like he was just trying to, he was like, I'm trying to win. And I think he was trying to deflect some of that blame from Nike and make it about putting the right pieces together and sounding like, when the WNBA didn't put Caitlin Clark. That's what it reminded me of. Just trying to come up with that same excuse to make it fit here, and it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Do y'all think Derek White fits into this system though? Like, do y'all see him being able to?
Sure,
like,
he's a role player.
Does Derek White know how to sit down? Yes. So it doesn't matter, yo. Insert anybody who you're not gonna play a long time.
Yeah, man. I just think Nike was like, over my dead body. You're not about to critique. Now we got an opportunity to get back at you, and because this dude don't even have a shoe deal, like So and I'm gonna play a clip from Stephen A. Smith, because remember Stephen A. Smith was telling everybody people don't like Jaylen Brown, basically because he think he's better than everybody, and he is a smart individual, and he is vocal, and he speaks his mind, and he do stand for a couple of things that probably scare endorsers away. He's a black Israelite, so they don't like that for the same reason they didn't like what Kyrie Irving was trying to talk to and trying to tweet out and inform people about, man. So it's not that they really think that he has a personality that they can't market. It's just that when you stand for that, they know they're not gonna be able to control you like they want to, and they know they can't keep you your mouth closed about certain things. They know you go speak up, and it's all of that. So Stephen A. Smith, had this to say.
But you lost Kawhi. It ain't like you lost a point guard. You lost Kawhi Leonard. If you lost Kawhi Leonard, who can score? If you lost Kawhi Leonard, who defends? I can tell you that Jaylen Brown could easily be perceived as a poor man version of a Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was what he was. It was a superstar and a two-time NBA Finals MVP and a two-time champion. But then he got injured, perpetually so. And so it's been compromised. Well, Jaylen Brown ain't injured. Jaylen Brown can score. Jaylen Brown can defend. Jaylen Brown got a mid-range game. Jaylen Brown got a jump shot. Jaylen Brown damn sure could get to the hole. And Jaylen Brown is willing to defend. And oh, by the way, he's fiery. He's energetic. He's got leadership ability. All right, he delivers. And now he's a champion. And in the same year that he wins a championship, wins a conference finals MVP, wins an NBA finals MVP, that same year you're going to pick 3 dudes on his team ahead of him. And y'all telling me I'm wrong when I say, listen, likability is playing a role here. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's justified. I was simply articulating for y'all what was said. And now it's factual. So rather than kill the messenger, why don't we sit here and ask ourselves this one bona fide question? Is there any justification to leave this man off the team in favor of 3 of his teammates who are on it? 3, not 1, not even 2, 3. Is that right? Is that fair? Is that justice? That's the point. Answer that question. This is not Stephen A. or anybody that says something to Stephen A. about Jaylen Brown not being liked, saying it's right and it's justified. I love Jaylen Brown. He's a good brother. I love him. I'm saying those people out there, whoever they are, pointed to likability or lack thereof, stubbornness, doing things his way. I had somebody telling me, don't even know how true this is. They actually said to me during the whole COVID-19 thing, he got a call from Obama, as in former President Obama, asking if he'd take the vaccine, and he said no. I don't know this. I did not speak to Jaylen Brown or Barack Obama about this. But these are the kind of stories that are out there about Jaylen Brown.
So I know that was a long clip, man, but for example, he said he don't know if it's true, but he got a call from Obama asking him to take the vax, right? He said no. right? They don't like people with their own backbone that you can't force to do things and force in the corner because their influence a multitude of people. So if you're going to be signed to us and we're going to give you all this money, and when it's time for us to tell you to do something so we can influence the masses, we need you to freaking do it. And people like Kyrie and people like Jaylen Brown, they're not doing that. So they're both not on the Olympics. So, all right, after you hear all that, what's your thoughts now?
I got a ton of thoughts.
Stephen A wasn't wrong, but he didn't say who the they were.
Yeah, that's what I was.
They didn't like,
like that.
He knew how to navigate it, not to mess his money up, but he got some stuff off his chest though.
You know what? For once, I hated the way that he kind of still pushed his narrative. I did agree with a lot of what Stephen A said, but I hated the way he still tried to push his narrative by saying, "I told you people didn't like Jaylen Brown." That. You know what I'm saying? He always seems to do that, and it bothers me about him when he does that. I'm gonna read this. John Wayne, we appreciate you, brother.
Shout out to John Wayne, third one.
They didn't slap him in the face; they spit in his face. If Wright is a real ninja, he would give Brown his gold medal at the ring ceremony.
That's bars. That's bars. If Tatum was real, him and White would give him both good, and Holiday. All three of them give it to Brown. That's the only way. That's the only way you can keep that locker room intact for next season. But go ahead. I ain't meant to cut you off.
No, you're right though. That's the only way that it's going to be, because that can create division, especially if it's a guy who we know is like Jaylen Brown being good at basketball. Like, we not finna act like this was a culmination season, of course, with the Eastern Conference Final players, the Finals MVP rings. Now, like he's a champion, he's solidified, but he's been good. He was Georgia's Mr. Basketball in high school. He went to Wheeler. He went to college for a year, came in the league, and they were doing great things ever since they came into the league. So this ain't no surprise that he's good at basketball. This is direct correlation to not only the Kyrie stuff that Jaylen Brown spoke out, but a lot of things that he believes in. Not only his religious beliefs, but also his beliefs in what we should be doing with the community. He has been outspoken when it comes to plans like that. You know what I'm saying? He's been very outspoken. So when these people see that, they're terrified. We can't manipulate him. He may say something that we don't agree with as far as, publicly needs to be said. But Jaylen Brown keep it all the way real, whatever he believe in, and I can respect that. They don't, obviously, and you know what? I'm gonna cut him some slack. Maybe it's because they're going overseas and they saw that he supported Kyrie, and they try to always do that when somebody goes overseas. Or he might be a problem when we go overseas. Nothing he said was I'm gonna say it, anti-Semitic, in my opinion. So I just don't understand how they are so blatant with it, though. That's the thing that pisses me off the most. Like, this is blatant. You pick the championship team and you have 3 players, and one of those players is not the dude who led them in points going there. And I'm a JT guy, but let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
E, can you go ahead and read the super chat for us, please?
What?
Can you read it? Can you read the super chat?
It's because Jaylen took up for Kyrie, questioned the vaccine, and he's not a Nike client. Yep. Bishop J. Jermaine, $10, man. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For sure. Yeah, that's just what it is.
It sucks when you can see that a basketball decision has nothing to do with basketball at all.
Good. That's a hard thing.
I just don't understand the slap in the face putting his teammate on the team.
Yeah, that was
like
great.
Okay, I get it, right? Everything. He's not in agreement with Nike. I understand all of that, but why slap the man in the face and put his teammate on the team, especially a teammate that he's better than?
Yeah, that was I didn't agree with the extreme pettiness of that. I mean, like somebody said, there was a plethora of NBA talent that you could have gone to replace. If you didn't want to go the Jaylen Brown direction, but you still wanted defense and scoring, there's definitely other options that or just defense, to replace Kawhi. You had plenty of other options to go with besides, just slapping him in the face like that.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, it's just flat out disrespectful. You're right.
Phone lines open. We'll take a couple calls. Get y'all thoughts on the subject.
All right, first caller, Chris from Raleigh. What's up, big dog?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing, man?
We good. Can y'all hear him good?
Yeah.
Yep, we got him good.
It's all your witness. I'm gonna sit back and sip my water.
No, man, but look, Jaylen Brown definitely got snubbed, man. He was the Finals MVP. This is probably the only time where they really had to actually didn't even try to reach out to a Finals MVP, which is crazy. But to me, Derek White was a good pickup. You got this old man USA team that old as hell. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, them boys can't defend worth a goddamn. Derek White can defend 5 positions. Some 5s, not
how many?
You know,
how
he
many?
can defend 5 positions. He can.
You talking about yoga positions, right?
This is
about
back door.
No Diddy on that. Oh man.
Go ahead, Chris. Oh, Chris, real quick. I'm really glad you said that Jaylen Brown was Finals MVP because I remember having a discussion about this. No side. Now I remember having a discussion about the Celtics. So you already know who this is. This is Zoe. What's going on, Chris? How you doing, bro?
Whatever, man. What's with all this black on black crime, my brother? We supposed to be brothers, man.
You're right.
You did dig the hole, Chris. We just stopping by.
I know, man, but Luka's still the best player in the world. I don't care what you say.
His thing got put out the Olympics.
I'm about to say he's not even playing in the Olympics.
And LeBron James ruined the NBA, him and Adam Silver. I don't know how they got that big deal they got. I don't know how they pulled that off, to be honest with you.
Obviously, they got a plan. And it looks good, man. Hey, but Chris, I'm gonna take this other phone call, man. I appreciate you calling, man. Let me get this other one in.
Appreciate you, Chris.
All
right.
You know what?
Right. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself, bro?
We good, man. What's your thoughts?
What up, Rod?
Hey, what's happening, fellas? Lady?
What up? What's going on?
That what Grant Hill was talking about. There's some people that do blatant stuff, but I'm talking about insulting your intelligence. That excuse he gave was just as insulting of replacing Jaylen Brown with White. That's insulting.
Yeah.
It was just, he insulted everybody intelligence. We're that stupid. We're supposed to believe that. Really? That's the main problem I had with Grant Hill. I thought he was a better stand-up guy than that, but hey, I guess money talk.
Yeah.
He's just a figure piece anyway. Grant pissed me off with that too because he was easily dancing around the question like Sambo. But I it made me upset because the powers that beat.
Like Grant Hill.
Hold on, Sambo can dance. I thought it was Sammy Davis.
Nah.
Oh man.
Hey, Grant Hill just showed us again.
He's out there tap dancing.
He drinks Sprite, that's for sure.
Y'all gonna leave me a husband alone, man.
Look, and did y'all hear the joke he tried to throw out there to break the ice at the beginning? It was horrible.
That was it. I was with
nobody even catch it. It was so corny.
Yeah, it was easily just a setup to let me try to make a joke that wasn't funny, and now the fact that the joke ain't funny is funny. So now I'm about to pile bullshit on top of that, and then it sticks, and that made me upset. You one of the 15 best players who can fit in any. I think Jaylen Brown can go and fit in any system. So it's not a matter of basketball related things. Jaylen Brown is a scorer who is also a wing defender. You need that in any basketball game.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, if you're the Eastern Conference champion MVP and you're the Finals NBA MVP, the whole team should be built around you. You're the best player in the league. As far as I'm concerned, that's what the accolades just said.
Sheesh. I don't know about that. I can't go on that limb with you on that one. That might be a little too thin.
But okay, if not the whole team built around him, he definitely belong on that team.
He definitely belong on the team.
One or two.
I agree with you on that. Hey, but look, I got some more phone calls coming in. I'm gonna open the phone lines back up. I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
All right.
All right, Rock.
All right. I'm gonna try to get two more. I seen Vita. I seen you call in. I'm gonna actually and Bird. I'm gonna actually call y'all back once I finish with this call. And I try to get Funky Town in. I see you calling in as well. Caller from Pennsylvania. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up? Chat. My name's Money. I just came across your channel. I love it. I love it, man. This is a nice little group y'all got going on.
Man, appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
I was watching a couple things, and they said something about team chemistry and stuff like that. Role players. I just want to know. When I looked at the first Dream Team with Michael Jordan and them, it ain't no role players. These guys are superstars, and you put 5 of them on the court, and they all ball together, and they fall into their position as the game goes because they're not used to playing with superstars like themselves. That's why they don't put them all on the same team, so it can look like it's a competitive game. Because if you had 5 superstars on the same team like they do in the Olympics, they just be blowing everybody out. To see Jaylen Brown not on there is a slap in the face, because you can't tell me that White, Booker, because Booker ain't really do too much this year. Holiday, Jaylen Brown is playing the 2 or the 3 position out there, so we know what this is. This is the big corporations controlling black people, black men, going at them hard, and you got to be quiet so you can't show. Because Brown is the pinnacle of what black male excellence is supposed to be. If you go on any of these college campuses, high schools, this is what black men is teaching black kids to be, to walk in the footsteps of Jaylen Brown. You would definitely want him in the spotlight.
Exactly. This is a young man that don't got a lot of riffraff with him. He ain't part of no daggone craziness. He love his God. He love his women. He love his brothers. I mean, he the only one that I know of from the NBA. And I think Worldbreaker said this in the comment section and reminded us that he was the only one who went and supported Ice Cube and played a game in the Big 3.
He definitely did.
Right. And I want to say this before you guys look, because I know you got a lot of callers. We just watched Caitlin Clark not make it to the Olympics, and they came up with 100 million reasons why that she should have been on the Olympic team, and it wasn't based off of skills. It was about marketability, and because she and we all know the machine can make anything marketable.
Yeah,
I mean, still sold 1 million records. Now let me stop.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate the call, Money.
Hey, don't they need the marketability though? The WNBA, don't they need the marketability?
I don't think the U.S.A. Olympics team actually translates to views in the WNBA. I think the internet and everybody who wants to watch the WNBA already know about Caitlin.
Because if that was the case, I mean, what the women have won 8 straight golds. If that was the case, then the WNBA would already be popping. Because of the what's more marketable than pure success. I mean, if you won 8 straight golds, you would think so. It can't be about the marketability.
And the only thing I wanted to speak to, the caller said that with the Dream Team, they were all superstars and there were no role players. Well, they were all superstars,
Except for until there was the team with Mike.
There was one megastar. So your superstar,
no shit.
They become role players. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, can I address this? Let me get to this super chat first. Hill can tell you anything. If LeBron is the GOAT, Redick is the coach of the Lakers, and Bronny is a 2nd round pick that deserves guaranteed money.
Not all John Wayne.
But now, so we got a visitor here, Brendan Katz. He been in here saying a whole bunch of stuff. What was that comment at?
B Katz, I saw him.
Where's that comment at, man? Where you at, Cats?
Hey, you see them 4 names right there, man? Them 4 names in this super chat was people hating on greatness. You had 2 of the James game, and then 2 Duke alumni. Come on, man. Y'all got to
Yeah.
stop.
So Brandon Cat said he said that was a horrible take. I guess he was saying what I said about the Olympics. Not really. That's not gonna really translate to them getting views in the WNBA. He said the Olympics is the chance for Clark to become popular on the international stage. Yeah, but when she goes over there, they're going to see about 10 to 12 girls better than her on her own team. So how does that help Clark get famous or more famous on the international stage? She's probably not going to play. They got 4 or 5 guards ahead of her that's better than her and more experienced than her who can handle the physicality better than her. So how is it going to help her going over there and getting cooked or getting benched for better players?
Her superstar is so bright that you can't put her on the team if you're not gonna play her. Like
that's fair.
And she doesn't deserve to play yet. Like, and I'm not saying that she's not gonna reach that level or none of that. But as it stands right now, like you said, there's at least 3 guards on the team better than her. At least 3 at her position.
At her position.
So if you put her on the team and then don't play her, again, that's just like. If you would have put Jaylen Brown on the team, as I spoke earlier, and then don't play him, it's going to look funky because
it's an injustice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of funky, we got Funky Town on the line. What's up, brother? Go ahead.
I knew that. You see what I did?
All right, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We good. We good.
Gentlemen,
yeah.
lady, how y'all doing today?
What up, Funky Town?
Good.
What up, Funky Town?
Foremost, let me just while we here for the state of Texas, for that dude that busted they called during the week and went viral. Let me just go ahead on and say, I don't know what the hell that was. That made no daggone sense. that dude, he up there talking about being brothers and black and this, and that, and the other, and he dropped the N-word like a verb, noun, pronouns, adjectives, everything. So anyway, let me apologize for the state of Texas on that one. Anyway, back to what y'all saying, man. Sports is supposed to be about the truth. It's supposed to be further, faster, higher. That's what the Olympics is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about what you actually can do. Jaylen Brown, as everyone has stated, MVP of the conference final, MVP of the finals. There's no way in the world he's not supposed to be on that team. Period. Not even as a replacement. He should have been there before Kawhi Leonard because, quite frankly, Kawhi Leonard, how you even justified picking Kawhi Leonard made no sense to me whatsoever. That buster has done nothing. And I called him a buster because he's a buster. You can't, the greatest ability is availability. And that dude ain't been available since like 2014. So as far as I'm concerned, we just call like it. I call like it really is. They're playing politics and they're playing the corporate game and all this other stuff. And as far as Grant Hill's concerned, if it takes you that long to get to the truth of the matter, you're lying. If you can't, if you try to explain something as a truth, it should not take you 5 paragraphs to do it. You should be able to say, "This is the reason why we did this. These are the effects. Blank. This is the factors we use." If you're using that Duke speak, Jay, you can come up with all kinds of crazy ass reasons on why you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, you should be able to be straight up with people and just tell them what it is. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Hey, he pissed off Nike. They don't want him on there. Okay.
I think we can handle that. I think we can handle that type of honesty as well. I mean, we would still talk about it. We'll still have an issue with it, but we can handle the truth. I don't understand why people need to be lied to so much, man. These politics is crazy, man. Keep politics in politics and let sports be honest, man, and transparent.
This is what when I come back to one of my biggest critiques about LeBron. No one has checked his chin this entire era. And this is why we're in this situation, because you got a dude who's straight, like you going in front of our faces tell us, no, I'm not going to do anything to get my son drafted. And you get the guy that's on your podcast to become the new coach after a brother just got fired. You got your son who's a buster. You're going to get him drafted in the second round. And he's doing the same buster stuff in summer league. He ain't even in the league right now. He's in summer league, and he's getting trounced right now. So you're gonna sit up here and all this is happening, lying in our faces, and nobody has checked his chin and said, "Nah, that's it, partner." Because you just got lies on top of lies at this point. It's fugazi. Like to me, the league is fugazi. Until you get to the playoffs, it ain't real. And and LeBron James is the main reason why that is, because of this stuff that these narratives they put around him and try to make it seem like he's greater than he is. And we're in a situation right now where you got some people up here talking about a 40-year-old is the best on the Olympic team.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Let us go ahead and end this one. I'm gonna try to get one more call in, and then
got y'all.
Yeah, appreciate
hit
you.
that like button, y'all.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
All right, Vita only call back real quick. Dominique, close us out on this topic while I wait for Vita to call. Not Vita, but Spoken Voices. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dominique.
Jaylen Brown getting left off the Olympic team is just crazy. We all know it. I think Nike's responsible. Grant Hill's full of it. It's clear.
Hold on, man. Hey, Grant Hill not full of. That man got a job to do.
Grant Hill is amazing. So let me also say that I think Grant Hill is amazing. His, I wish that his career didn't go the way that it went, but he's living a great life. It's nice to see that he was, if anybody noticed during the Olympics, I forget who that guy was, a white gentleman sitting next to him. He kept mentioning his title, managing director of Team USA. Like, it was almost like they were setting him up for that interview to explain that decision, that he's in charge. He's the one who did it, or either that, or he was just jealous of his title. But, Grant Hill, life after the NBA, responsible for something, but he was full of it.
All right, man. So let me say, Jermaine, $5. Jaylen is too smart and thinks critically. The NBA doesn't like that.
Thanks for the super chat. All right, so I got two people on the line. I got Bird and Spoken Voices. I'll let Bird go first. Go ahead, Bird.
So really quick, Jay is giving a lot of support to Grant Hill, but I recall in 1996, me, you, Jay, and his brother went to the mall, and he bought Jerry Stackhouse shoes instead of Grant Hill shoes. Right? So keep that same energy. 25 years later, keep that same energy. When you had a chance to support Grant back then, you didn't. Keep that same energy.
I don't Stackhouse was fired.
Grant.
Did you have the Grant Hills? I did. I had one.
I did. I already had a pair of Grant Hills, so I didn't want the Grant Hill 2s.
Those were fire.
The ones was
and secondly, not keep things light. Melvin, Dominique is killing you tonight in the t-shirt game.
It be on.
He's killing you in the t-shirt game tonight.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
And also shout out to Casanova. Shout out to Zoe. They look like Kobe in the background for Zoe. Anybody with Kobe in the background, I love and support. Jay, Eric, Corey, y'all kiss man. I don't care about y'all. Everybody else, I love y'all.
I got the Kobe of football.
Oh man! All right, Bird, man. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, love y'all, man. Love y'all, man.
Love you
Take
too,
care,
bro.
boys.
Yep.
Hey, lady, love y'all.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, Spoken Voices, go ahead.
Hi, gentlemen. How's everybody? And Dominique, young lady. Where's my other lady at tonight?
She couldn't make it tonight.
Anyway,
She'll be back
I have a
next
couple
week.
things that I would like to say. Neil, I commend you for the other day dealing with Mr. Young. I sent that money in. I was trying to figure out. Got an eye problem. I'm losing one of my eyesight in my left eye. But I want to talk about NBA basketball borders, and that's why, in terms of they keep talking about how the European players are so much greater. Our NBA players in our union dues that they pay, they're using some of that money to build academies across in those global countries, European countries. And we don't do anything with the money here. So that's one thing we need to be talking about, because those job positions on the roster, we used to have so many foreign players that we used to be able to allow under the 425. And even though they're moving in globally, the basketball game is diminishing because we are not going by fundamentals. We're talking about a bag of money for entertainment, and we steady division the game of basketball, the whole thing about sports. And then, as far as LeBron James and clutch sports, this is the same playbook ESPN and NBA basketball plays a major part of the league. Adam Silver, because we have contracts with these broadcasting companies, and they are allowing NBA is allowing them to go online on TV and diminish the characters of these NBA players in professional sports. And they can do something about that. So there should not be talked about the sports, be talked about the game, not people's character and these dumb storylines. And that is harming basketball. That's why we have Caitlin, supposed to be the best basketball player in college. She always pushed off. You go back and really watch women's college basketball, she said, no way in hell be winning all these awards. She did not in NCAA, but they did to when the 1975, when they did the Title V thing, they took out the scoring of black of players that had accomplishment in basketball when they credited over to the NCAA. And they took out the ladies that had the best score, the highest score. Caitlin, to me, would never be the highest points in my eyes because they didn't pull the full records over. That's another thing. And they're using Caitlin and LeBron, they're using the same playbook in the media of using one player with all these so-called accolades, record-breaking stats. He does this, he does that. He's the best three-point player. It's just maddening, and it's so harmful to the game of basketball. And I appreciate you guys. And I've been sick, so I'm trying to figure out. I got a new phone, and I'm trying to figure out my eyesight. I'm trying to figure out that chat thing. I couldn't. I didn't push the arrow over and slide the money over. So I got to do it again to send you some more. Thank you guys, and I appreciate all you guys and the wonderful things that you guys are doing. And tell my girl, the Philadelphia Eagles, tell her go see Don Staley talks about the baseball team, the football team, and everything today. So I think she will enjoy that one. So I'm going to have to send her something on her side. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the call. Thank you so much, man.
Thank
Good
you.
call. Thank you.
Rita, unspoken reason. I'm sorry.
Just dropping government, man.
I'm sorry.
She made a really good points.
Oh, that's on the regular, pretty much.
Facts. All right. Well, moving on from that. Appreciate all the callers and super chats on the subject as well. But so we all know recently Paul George signed a $212 million deal to play with the Philadelphia 76ers. And in that contract, he negotiated a no trade clause. Somebody.
Oh, no. He was explaining why he left the Clippers, and what I think when they was negotiating, he wanted a no trade clause in his Clippers contract. And that was what the Clippers was like, no, you ain't getting that. I think that's what it was. But go ahead.
And Brandon Jennings and Gilbert Arenas was talking about it on Gil's Arena, and they had opposing views about who is deserving to get and say anything about no trade clauses. Here's what he had to say.
So I'm like, cool, give me the 3 years, 150, no trade. They didn't want to do the no trade.
I'm just trying to understand the no trade clause thing. Who do some of these players think they are? Certain players shouldn't be asking for a no trade clause. I'm sorry.
Do you feel like Paul George is one of those players who shouldn't be asking for a no trade clause?
No, you ain't bringing in no ring. We ain't successful, nothing. No, bro. No, that shit is whack. No.
74 games.
Y'all even know what the no trade clause means? That you can't trade me without me agreeing.
Exactly.
So no, if I want to get your ass out of here and you ain't doing nothing, get your ass out of here.
Facts,
What the hell?
Why would you be in a big city and give a team leverage to send your ass to Minnesota?
Well, I should have been doing my job first.
It
before
don't
the brand.
matter.
Well, no, basketball come first, right?
Yes.
So I'm not doing my job here. It's time for me to go. They don't want me no more. Obviously, I'm not cooking up like that.
You don't want me no more? Okay, cool. But this is where I want to go.
Asking for a superstar. That's a star.
It's called a smart business.
No, that's a star. No, you're a star. You're not a superstar. You're a
smart
star.
business.
No, you're a fucking star.
Smart
Not a
business.
superstar, nigga.
So I want to hear from Corey first and then Zoe about this one.
Well, I think players ask for no trade clauses strictly because they want leverage of the team if they want to get traded to, right? If I'm with a contender, don't trade me to a bottom feeder. You understand what I'm saying? I want to stay with a contender. So I think that's why they put it in their contract, or that's why they want it in their contract. Because if I can trade you to somebody at the bottom, you know what I mean, for especially like, let's just say our season for some reason just goes down the drain. But I know next year we'll be a good team. And you got a bottom feeder that's got a good young player, then yeah, I'll trade you down there. But you, as the player, will be stuck on the team that's not going to be in contention to win any basketball games, or meaningful basketball games. So, the Clippers, they didn't feel like he was worth that. So, yeah, they didn't put it in his contract. You know what I mean? So he just went somewhere where they would.
Yeah, I mean, everything Corey said was correct, and I think you can have an opinion if you Brandon Jennings. You can have an opinion of whether who's a star and who's a superstar, but I don't look at the play now. The number itself, I definitely think that has more to do with whether you're a star or a superstar. More so than the no trade clause. No trade clause is protection for sometimes players. Sometimes teams actually implement it just to make the player want to sign there, give them some options to make the contract more appeasing. So they will pick so they don't pick somewhere else. So, but Brandon Jennings, what does he have against Paul George?
Yeah, that sound personal, didn't it?
Personal as hell.
That sounds passionate. He was like, no, you're a star.
If you seen the video, it was a lot of hand movement too. It was a lot of Denzel with that. He's like, no, he's a star. He's a star. So,
but my question is, do y'all think Paul George is a superstar?
He just below it. Whatever's just below superstar, I guess, is a perennial all-star. Yeah, he's that.
A fading star.
I mean, they all fading once they pass 30, 32.
That fading star.
Let me ask you a question.
A dying star.
if Paul George goes to Philly, plays 14 games and demand a trade, what are we going to say about Paul George?
Nothing. Same thing we said about Harden when they was jumping ship. I mean,
right, but hold on. But if Paul George goes to Philly and they play 14 games and then Philly ship his ass out of there, like, I'm all for whatever a player has to do to have the most say so in their career. Period.
I can dig that.
No matter what, because the team, I think the no trade clause is kind of like a good faith move. Like, hey, we're not going to ship you out without your input because we respect whatever you're giving us these years of your career. We respect it. So during this time that you're giving us that, if it's not working, we're not just going to wake up and make a business decision about your career without talking to you first. And I think more guys should have no trade clauses than less guys, in my opinion.
Maybe, but I think can y'all hear this? Do I need to mute my mic because they cutting grass? Y'all go ahead. I'll wait.
Nah, Paul George is not a superstar, bro. I mean, facts.
So
I like the contract number though. But he's not a superstar, bro. You can say all-star, you can say any other kind of star, but you can't say superstar.
I think at one point he might have been. Maybe he was close.
He was definitely a superstar for sure. He was for sure. Without a doubt. His Indiana years, and even when he was in OKC and in the beginning of the Clippers tenure, right? Definitely a superstar for sure. But of course, injuries, they kind of scale your skill back or your usefulness. Like he said earlier, availability is your best ability, right? So if you're not there consistently, and I kind of agree with what Zoe said earlier. I'm actually kind of okay with a no trade clause because at this point in his career, he could be, trade bait, or he could be something to unload to get, something back, right? So I'm okay with having a no trade clause, but the 212 was heavy for me.
Yeah,
I think
crazy.
The pinnacle.
Let me say this real quick. Shout out to Dreamers Pro in the house, man. And I dropped the link for you if you want to join. If not, as soon as we finish with this segment, we'll open the phone lines up and you can call in, because I know it was something that he wanted to chop it up with us about. So I'm gonna give him that opportunity. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Corey.
The pinnacle to any player, their career is to win a championship, and he has yet to do that, right? So if he needs that, and I'm sure he would feel more comfortable in with that in his contract because Philadelphia is a contender, especially with him on the roster.
No. He wanted it from the Clippers.
Right. But the Clippers were a contender as well, but they never could get it together, right? And if the Clippers next year were to just say, you know what, man, we're just gonna blow this whole thing up and start trading pieces away and send him somewhere,
Charlotte,
to Charlotte,
Detroit.
right? You're just starting over. That's all you're doing, and he's not willing to do that.
He was insecure because he knew that their time was coming to an end, and with the Clippers because he knew him and Kawhi didn't do what they thought they was going to do and what they was expected to do. So, and to get some security, hey, look, we'll sign this contract, but can you do a no trade clause? Because if he didn't do that, like Jay said, he probably would have been traded mid-season. And DreamersPro is a Clippers fan and a Kawhi fan, so I'm curious to know what you think about the no trade clause with Paul George. And welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Big
Welcome aboard, bro.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
You good, bro?
Okay, cool. What's going on with y'all, man? I hope I'm not interrupting the proceedings today. Hope y'all.
No, they expected you. They expected you, man. I told them you was coming.
Nah, man. Just to piggyback off of what you said, I think we all agree that Paul George was pretty much out of his damn mind, given where the Clippers were after the experiment with both Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and it not working out. It looks like basically the Clippers want a clean shot. They gave James Harden a 2-year deal for $70 million. I don't think they're going to extend him beyond that. We're hearing that they're trying to get rid of Russell Westbrook to trade him to the Nuggets. And I just think that Paul George, I think he saw himself in a bigger light than the Clippers did. I actually heard a report from, I think it was Chris Haynes or somebody, I read it somewhere. They said the Clippers were actually shocked at Paul George's demands for trying to demand a no trade clause. I saw Gil's Arena, some former NBA players, they were shocked. So I definitely agree with the Clippers moving on if he wanted that no trade clause.
But why though? I mean, why not just give him? Because did they plan on trading him or something, or if that was their plan B? If they tanked again this year, or if he got hurt again this year, that was going to trade him.
Personally, yes. I think the Clippers have reached the point where they're starting to lose faith in the idea of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard ever being a thing. And I think they wanted an out, because if you commit to Paul George and you don't have that no trade clause, then you're stuck with him. And history shows that him or Kawhi Leonard are not going to be available when you need them. So why put yourself in a situation where you know for sure you're going to be stuck with these guys when there's a possibility that they just won't? I think the Clippers are going to bite the bullet with Kawhi and just ride it out with him. And they were like, you know what? We're not going to double the trouble with both him and Kawhi. That's just the way I see it.
I got a question for you, man. Why Kawhi? Like somebody said earlier, he hadn't been available since 2014. Why him?
You know what? I think one of our subs asked us the same thing on our channel. I think that the Clippers looked at Kawhi and PG and knew that both of these guys are injury prone. And I think that they were saying that who has the higher ceiling if they're available. And I think the person with the higher ceiling is Kawhi. Like, for example, look at last year's playoffs.
That's fair.
Do you think the Clippers would have had a better chance with Kawhi Leonard instead of Paul George versus Paul George over Kawhi? I think they would have had a better chance if Kawhi was healthy and Paul George is out versus Kawhi being out and Paul George being. I just think they think he's a better player, but I think they believe they're both injury prone.
You know, it's crazy. It depends on what day you ask, man, because sometimes Paul George just impressed me so much, man. And I'm like, golly, why does he go up and down? Why I can't see that more often from him, man? It's just crazy how much potential this dude got. But it is what it is, man. I think you're right, man. I think they see Kawhi as a better player, but I also think that they know Kawhi is probably more difficult to deal with if y'all on bad terms. If they would have told Kawhi, because they signed Kawhi in the middle of the season, right? And they probably was afraid if they didn't extend him that he probably was gonna be like, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like my knee hurt. You know what I mean? They didn't know what was going on. So I think they had to do him first and then see if they could just handle Paul George in the summer and lowball him. and it didn't work. And they definitely didn't want to give him a no trade clause because they knew if it didn't work during the season, they was gonna get rid of him. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Let me ask
Yo, man, down not to cut y'all off, man. I've been watching your show for like a minute, and I've been wanting to tell you, man. Finally, we on here together, bro. You remind me of Kendrick Lamar. Has somebody ever told you that before?
Nah, never.
Really?
Nah,
really? Never.
And when I saw you, man, he remind me of Kendrick Lamar. I've been
They're the same height.
Mel or Zoe?
No, I'm talking about Mel. He remind me of Kendrick. I don't know why, man. I just always wanted. Okay, you talking about his
They're
hair.
the same
Nah.
height.
Jay said we're the same height. That's a damn lie. You know I ain't Kendrick Lamar. I used to dunk the basketball. Don't even act like I'm a little guy, man.
So did Nate Robinson and
No,
Spud Webb.
I don't know. Maybe just the vibe and the way you talk. I just always thought you reminded me of Kendrick. But anyway, go ahead.
His name is. They call him M. Dot.
I got a question for you guys, and Dominic, I want you to answer first. So
Wait, hold on. How much time you got, DREAMERSPRO?
I'm gonna probably be on here for like 20 minutes, and then I'm
okay.
roll out.
All right. So before we get too far, when it get towards your time to leave, make sure, because I know you wanted to ask me about something I said at the end of that last. Okay, so don't keep that thought. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
So I know at the beginning of that soundbite, Paul George said that he was asking for 150 over 3, right? I think it was 150 over 3. Do y'all think that it would have been more reasonable if it was a no trade clause and a money friendly contract, or not the no trade clause and the 150 over 3, but the combination of the two that he wanted was the problem?
Are you saying what's right, or what he supposed to ask for?
No, I'm just saying, like, what do y'all think made the Clippers say no? Was it the fact that it was the combination of two?
No,
it was 150 over 3 is crazy, and a no trade clause. So do you think that if he would have picked one or the other, that the Clippers might have been able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think they would have been more inclined to do it. I'm curious to hear what y'all think about it, but I think they would have been more inclined to do it. But you asking for the money and you asking for the no trade clause. So I just think the price too high to pay, especially he been in and out for the last couple of years.
Exactly.
Dominic, go ahead.
I think neither. I don't think that Paul George is deserving of either. Perhaps if he was willing to take less money, then maybe the Clippers would have agreed to the no trade, because we all know that Paul George just wants to stay in California. That's what it's about. He wants to be in LA. I think it's a destination for him. But I don't think he's a superstar. I don't think he was deserving of that contract or a no trade. I think he's at the end, and I don't think that Philly's going to be any better with him either.
Yeah, I think he played himself. No. I disagree with the last part. I think I think Philly will be better. The DREAMERSPRO laugh when the charge tripping. I think I think the Philadelphia 76ers will be better with Paul, especially if him and Embiid stay healthy.
They'll be right in the same place. They're both serial losers.
I mean, you can say that. But I think you're trying to start something, but I ain't gonna let you start it. But look, listen, I'm not gonna let you start it. But listen,
I got a question. Is it in the fourth quarter that they serial losers or not?
You know, Paul George, he did a lot. I think when he was on Indiana, he got to the Western Conference Finals, right? But he couldn't get to the finals. And I think that that's what gets you from star to superstar. Oftentimes, if you can make it to the finals and carry a team there, and he hasn't been able to do that on any team. I don't see why we'd give him a no trade clause or, a max contract. I don't see what is the evidence that he's going to be able to take any team to that next level with
what? It's not Paul George taking them there. It's Embiid taking them there. And neither one of them has ever had a superstar in their prime healthy in the playoffs with them. Like Paul George and Kawhi supposed to did something, but Kawhi got hurt or Paul George got hurt. Embiid was supposed to do something, but he's never had a competent superstar. Well, I think Ben Simmons was very close, but the flaws in his game, the year that they were supposed to do something, they let Little Trey come in and look like Superman. And
they call that man Little Trey, yo.
They took their opportunity away from them to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. That was their year to go to the ECF. But Ben Simmons happens or whatever else, whatever happened, the meltdown from Embiid
will be the year, Mel. I believe in you. I believe.
But it'll be the year. This is what I'm saying though. This serial losing that you saying that they're doing, or Paul George is doing, he's never had Kawhi with him both healthy and make a playoff run. They haven't had that.
Well, to jump in,
healthy.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
To jump in though, the one time they were both healthy, which was in the bubble 2000
Yeah,
I think 2020 or something like that. Paul George has this thing where he just, to her point, he just totally disappears when you need him. Like in that series versus the Nuggets, although Doc Rivers wasn't making an adjustment, if you go back and look at that series, Paul George was horrible for like 3 or 4 straight games. And then what happened in game 7, he was horrible again. And then Kawhi had a bad game. If you go back and look at that series, Kawhi was actually playing good to make up for Paul George playing like garbage. And then they both had bad games in game 7. Paul, to her point, I can see Paul is somebody I wouldn't trust in the playoffs. So I
you could, and I'm good with saying don't trust, but serial loser. When you gave one example, and how many things that we seen in the bubble do we count? We don't count the ring. We don't count TJ Warren. Look, we don't count TJ Warren.
Why we count the ring?
Come on, nobody counts that ring. We don't count what do we count what TJ Warren did? We don't count TJ Warren. Nothing in the bubble really happened. That was the Twilight Zone.
The Suns went 8-0 in group play and didn't make the playoffs. So none of
that count. None of it has been duplicated. The Lakers, the last time the Lakers was really a contender was in the bubble. We haven't seen them contend since.
Don't worry about it. Hey, well, our rings still count.
So you act like they wasn't in the Western Conference Final last year.
Exactly.
Was that legit? Did you really think they had a chance?
Wow.
It was there. Anyway, back to the
not in Western Conference Final. You might year before that.
I'll put it to you like this: that 2020 ring got
finals that just happened this year.
Nah, it ain't got no Cubans and Conians. Like, got pull out the diamond tester. It got real diamonds in it. It got real diamonds in it. Yeah.
Hey, back to Paul George and the Clippers. Like, you got to remember, they're opening a new building this year. They got a new logo or whatever. Somebody got to put butts in those seats. And like Paul George just really didn't move. They was okay with working with him, and if it didn't work, they was gonna trade him. But to tie themselves to him, like that's financial. Like that's not a good business move when you're trying to start something new. You know what I'm saying? So if it didn't work, they was gonna ship his ass out and bring somebody in because somebody got to pay for that building they just built.
Yeah,
but the thing to Paul George that I don't understand is that Paul is acting like as if he's won a championship with the Clippers, so therefore, like I have the right to ask you for a no trade. Paul hasn't done anything.
Like anybody ever. It's the same thing Brandon Jennings said. He was like, "You ain't won nothing. You ain't got no rings." He's like, I'm in the conference finals as a Clipper.
So let me ask a question, Dominique. Let me ask you this question. So if you was the GM, what would you have gave up to keep Paul George? Your forehead's glowing. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
I just genuinely, I don't think I would have given up anything to keep Paul George. I would have let him go. I would have let him go because Paul George and Kawhi, it doesn't work. DreamersPro just talked about it. The experiment failed. It's time to blow up the team. I would move on trying to get rid of Kawhi as well. Let's buy him out. Let's force him into retirement. He can't play. It's over. He can't play. He can't play for a full season. He can't play for a postseason. He can barely make it through a series. It's over. And I'm tired of guys like staying past their welcome.
I mean, I don't disagree with him.
I love Kawhi Leonard, but I'm looking back on 2019. That was the last thing that he's done for me. What are you doing for me lately? Nothing. You can't play with Team USA. You can't make what's going to be his last, memorable moment in the NBA? Being injured,
kicked off of Team USA.
That shot at Toronto. That shot at Toronto is the last thing I remember.
Oh my God!
I think in DreamersPro, since you're the resident Clippers fan, you can answer this for me. What is the attraction in James Harden?
I mean,
no. Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, for me, if like looking at that team over the last few years, one of the major points of pain for that team has always been the point guard spot. If you go back and look at some of the players, they try to get Rondo, they try to do a Patrick Beverly. They tried to do with this guy. They tried to do with that guy, and it didn't work. But then they got James Harden, and I actually think James, although he disappears and all of that stuff, I think he plugs in more gap. I think he gives them more pluses than he does minuses. Yes, he's not a great defensive player, but he's a great playmaker. He can score. He can get players easy shots. And the Clippers said, okay, we're going to give you this 70, and it's only for $2 2 years. It's not like as if he was looking for like a 4-year deal. So if it doesn't work out, like, yeah, okay, it's fine. Like, he would just probably move on and probably retire. So I don't think the risk was as high as probably like a Paul George, who wanted 4 years, which is crazy. 4 years and then a no trade clause. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. A 2-year deal with James Harden is essentially his money will go off the books after that first year. If it's a disaster this year, it's still a tradable contract if he wanted to continue to play, because it's only a 1-year deal. That means the teams that's tanking going to say, hey, we'll take you down here. And he'll play that last contract out and do whatever he does after that. So it was definitely less of a risk to sign James Harden for a 2-year deal than Paul George with 4-year deal plus no trade clause plus whatever 212. Did he get 212?
212.5.
That's a lot of money, man.
That's a lot of green, bro.
It's a lot of
money. I trust PG-13 more than I trust Harden. I ain't gonna lie to you, but Harden don't go down with knees and ankles and all types of broken bones like PG-13 do, man. So I get it.
The thing about it is
Harden will act up and quit.
And listen, I would rather Paul George not be on the court because of injury versus James Harden being on the court and not producing anything, just out there for cardio, which James Harden is known to do.
Yeah. If you had the option and you never had neither one of them, but if you experienced 4 or 5 years of Paul George and him coming up empty all the time because he either getting hurt or the 1 or 2 times he didn't show up, you kind of at your point like, all right, man, let's try something new. So let's go with a pairing of Kawhi and James Harden. And if Kawhi goes down, at least James Harden can be the hub of the offense, and y'all can run hero ball. Versus with Paul George, without Kawhi, it kind of don't work.
It don't fit right.
But Mel, we're not talking about Houston James Harden. This is James Harden now. He ain't running no offense around James Harden.
I still think he's good enough to make a team competitive.
Yeah,
obviously, they're not going to be a top 4 seed with him as the only guy like on the roster, but I think he's good enough, like if Kawhi is missing games, to keep the team, like they're going to be competitive in games. But just to say real quick, I've actually been one of the people saying that they should blow this thing. I was calling for them to blow it up last year. Like so I said they should break up this big 4, whatever the hell they were doing. I thought they should break it up. No, for real. So I was happy to see Paul George go. I'm happy to see Russell, because I don't think this group is going to work. I think they made the mistake of getting too many players that needed the ball, and then they started saying stupid stuff like, "Oh, well, you know, anybody can do. I mean, if it's my turn, then it's your turn." And I thought that was crazy, because there's a clear hierarchy of who's better. Like Kawhi is better than Paul George. Paul George is probably better than Harden, and they're better than Westbrook. But they were acting like, oh, everybody's the same, and therefore everybody's game suffered. If you looked at when they first came in, Kawhi became, I don't want to say passive, but he just basically became like a catch and shoot spot up player. There are a lot of games where he would just be sitting on the wing, watching other players kind of make decisions. I'm like, any team that's successful has a clear hierarchy, in my personal view. Look at the Nuggets, look at other teams. Maybe the Celtics a little bit different, but Jaylen Brown was the best player for the team. I mean, he won the Finals MVP. The Clippers, I just think they had too many guys that were redundant. Like they had too many guys doing the same thing.
Yeah, that might be true. I'm gonna get to this troll, and then Charles, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get to what you wanted to get to. But we got a little troll in the chat that been trolling us all show. But I appreciate him being here because he watching the whole thing. We said DREAMERSPRO with a all-time dumb take. The Clippers have no draft picks. They can't build through the draft. Well, obviously, if you blow it up, you'll be trading Kawhi and PG-13 and Westbrook and Harden, and you'll get draft picks back from it. I just wanted to let you know that.
He didn't think that.
Yeah, but
he didn't.
I just think this current group of either way you slice it, they needed to move on from this group. Any way you slice it, they needed to get a different core, because I didn't think these guys were any good anymore together. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
I gave up. I gave up.
All right, so let's get to what you wanted to chop it up with me about.
Oh yeah, man. So sorry to break up the flow, and I see you got a great topic coming up with the top 5 debate. But I was watching a show from yours. I think I posted it on our community. I'm trying to find the topic, but the thumbnail was crazy. Because when I saw the thumbnail, at first I was like, what the hell is going on? Then I looked at it again and it said the champ called in and spazzed out over Bronny James. So I was like, I gotta see this. So I jump in and I'm listening to you go back and forth with this dude. And the first thing I was thinking is like, how is he so calm? Like, how are you sitting there actually like just listening calmly to this madness? And he was bringing up, the black father and all of this other stuff. And I was like, bro, I wish I could have called in to talk about it, because I think this Bronny thing, man, I think that it is created such a firestorm. You got people now going above and beyond with it. Just today, I mean, I don't want to make it seem like I'm some damn victim, but I'm not. But today I was celebrating my daughter's 6 months, her 6 month or whatever. She turned 6 months today. So I posted on my story, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I don't even know who this dude is. What this fool said. He just wrote me, just like some LeBron maniac wrote me talking about celebrating 6 months is wild. We only celebrate years. Imagine if somebody talked about your family like you talk about LeBron's, and you say you don't care about this man. Laugh emoji. His team ain't even relevant, but I guess you push BS content to feed your BS family. Talking about a 6 month year old.
That's out of pocket.
That's crazy. And this is the same week that you got the death threat.
Yes. Oh yeah. That one I got the screenshot for it too. I just took it down because Marco and I talked about it. Yeah, it was some dude from LA. He was like, tell Charles to come to LA. I'm waiting for him with a picture with his middle finger and a burn. And I'm looking at him like, so I screenshot the message. So like, when you click on a photo, like it says photos, but you don't see it until you click on it on Instagram. So I clicked on it, and then I saw the picture, and then I'm like, he says, bring your bitch ass over to LA. You're doing too much talking. I'm like, who took that picture? And he go, me. He go, pull up to Cali, right? And I'm like, and I started laughing. I'm like, this dude cannot be serious. And he's like, you say
he had the blicky in his hand?
Yes. No, he had it on the bed, and he had the FU sign with his hand pointing at the bed, talking about come to LA. And then we just had a quick back and forth, and I screenshot it. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? Like, yo, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing right now? We talking like, what are we doing? Like, where are we at right now? So,
man, I mean, that's crazy. We don't live that far from LA. Actually, we like an hour and a half out from LA. So,
well, damn, Eric, just tell them where we at, nigga. I don't want
to. I didn't give him your address, dog. 1, 2, 3, 4 Whisper Lake Lane.
Nah, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nah, I just wanted to weigh into what Mel was talking about, man. Look, I think that this Bronny thing, the person I feel bad for the most is Bronny, because personally, I feel like he's being used by the team. I also feel like his dad is playing a role in Bronny being exploited, in the sense that Bronny's a 55th pick. So we know that he's not a very good player. We know that he's somebody that needs to develop. But nevertheless, the media is promoting him, and always, like, I just open up my Instagram and I see him going for a layup, and I'm like, damn, he must be balling. And I click on the box score. He has like 6 points. The other players on the team, they got more points than him. But the way to promote him, you would think he's the next coming of Victor Wembanyama. And when people see that and they're like, but this guy isn't really good, he's not as good as they're making him, then it looks like, oh, you're hating on LeBron, or you're hating on Bronny. You don't want to see a black man succeed. And I'm like, so wait a minute, where was all of this black man don't want to succeed when we were talking about all the other players that ever play basketball? But now all of a sudden, we talking about LeBron's son. Now we don't want to see black people go forward. Like, what are we doing?
I never. Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry. Now go ahead. Now speak on the black father thing.
I just think that, man, the whole blackness, man, we taking it way too far. It's just a basketball game, bro. Like, it's for entertainment purposes only. Like, it's not that serious. But I get it. You know what I mean? I don't understand why. I get the nepotism part. If I was Bron and I could get my son on an NBA team, I would do it. I'm just being honest. But he is catching a fallout because of who his father is, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I'm sure they had those conversations at home, like, "Hey, man, because of who I am, I got you in the league, but you're gonna take a lot of slack, especially if you're not having a good game." Like,
not because of who he.
Okay, let me Eric, let me ask you a question.
What he did, because he said that Bronny kept playing the league last year.
He said it better than NBA players.
He said he was better. He said he could play on the Lakers. He said that. This is the same reason why LeVar Ball got so much heat put on his son, because he kept going out there brag. Same reason why Caitlin Clark got so much heat, because the media was telling them that she's better than everybody in the WNBA last year, and that she was going to take the league by storm and be the best player from day one. And she was the savior and Jesus Christ and all of these things. You can't do all of that and then think nobody, like, these are competitive dudes. You can't get to a professional level of basketball or any sport and not be very hyper competitive. So when you start saying that, the competitive juices started to flow. Oh, you think it's sweet over here? All right, I can't wait.
Right. Bet, lace them up.
So yeah, it's not because he's LeBron's son, it's because what LeBron said prior to him joining the team.
Go ahead, Dreamers Pro.
Yeah, Eric, let me ask. So, okay, for example, you said that if you were LeBron, you would put your son in that position. Like, you would make sure the Lakers. The question is, I got two. If you're LeBron, if you knew your son wasn't any good, number one, would you still get him drafted? And number two, would you then insist that he gets a 4-year guarantee contract too, knowing that he's not really good?
Now, to be honest, I'm just telling the truth. If I could get him on the NBA roster, which is what I said, if I could get him on the NBA roster, that son don't have to be my roster, but if I could get my son on the NBA roster based on my influence over anything,
you do it.
I'm going to do it, right?
If he's good or not, whether he's good or not.
Right. Hey, I don't think he's bad. I think he's a developmental player, and I think you said that earlier. He's a developmental player. Regardless, if I can get him versus another year in high school playing for free, if I can get him a contract, if I can get him some money and I can get him playing and I can get him in the league, would I do it? And he's a developmental player, meaning he has the potential to be good or be a decent player. Of course I'm going to do it because that's my son.
I don't think the money factor, him playing for free, has anything to do when we're talking about Bronny. That boy ain't hurting for no money.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I'm saying, if I could get him his own bag, not my bag, not our bag.
One of the things that people forget, right? And everybody want to go into the LeBron is this, LeBron is that, black man is fatherhood. You would do this for your son or whatever. But you got to look at everything, right? If you're going to look at it from that angle, which you shouldn't, because we're talking about basketball. But if you're going to look at it from that angle, part of your job as a father is to protect your children, right? You know the hailstorm that's going to come because you did this. You did this. You said he could play at this level. You said that we're not doing what we're doing. You said we're not going to hire JJ Redick. We're not going to do all these things that you then turn around and did in our face and act like it didn't happen. So where is the protection? Like, they're going to come at his neck because they don't like your neck. So as a father myself, I'm not going to do shit that makes my son's life more difficult than it has to be when I can tell him, hey, you can do this. You can, first of all, finish your college education because you can play there and develop for 3 years still. Get an NIL deal. You're gonna get paid just for being Bronny James.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So that was a whole nother route that he could have taken that would have, in my opinion, protected his son a little bit better than the route that he took.
Anybody on the panel? I just got a question. Do you think I think we've answered this question a couple of times? Was this whole parading of Bronny, because that's what it started off as with the Sierra Canyon series, and then the he's better than people right now in the Summer League and G League and some NBA rosters. Bron putting all that stuff out. It comes off like this has always been only about Bron and never about Bronny to Bron.
Now I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't have probably said some of the statements he made. I wouldn't have said nothing about my son's gonna be the best or none of that. I wouldn't have put that extra slash on me. I would have said my son I think he's good enough to be in the league. It's going to take him some time to develop, but if I can get him in the league, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what he, ultimately that's what he did. But if I had the opportunity, would I get my son in the league? I would. But I wouldn't go out there and put gasoline on the fire either. I wouldn't say he's going to be this, he's better than this person or that. But that's my only, I think, shot to LeBron is like, hey, come on, homie, you can't go out there and put him out there like that. You know what I mean?
Would you bring him out as a freshman when he didn't have his best season? He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He's not ready yet. Would you tell him to come out as a freshman? If your goal was to get him in the league, he had 3 more years to prove himself.
To be honest, with that heart problem he had, my son probably wouldn't even be in the league. I'm just being honest. If
playing basketball
he had a heart problem, he wouldn't be in the league.
Yeah.
If playing basketball was baking the cake, Bronny hadn't even made it to the oven yet. You know,
this is all about LeBron playing with his son. That's what it's all about. He planted that seed a long time ago that he wanted to play in the NBA with his son in a game. That's what this is all about. Nothing more, nothing less. He is going to play an NBA game with his son, and then he will retire.
I said this a couple episodes ago. LeBron is going to be 43, almost 44 by the time if Bronny would have stayed all 4 years in college, he'd have been 43, pushing 44. The time limit was already ticking for this dream to come true. So if I could make this dream happen right now and
but the question is
the whole thing from happening. Go ahead.
The question is whose dream? Is it LeBron's dream?
LeBron's dream. It's always been LeBron's dream.
That's the problem. If you as a father, you're not supposed to be thinking about what you want. You should be thinking what's best for your son or your kid. Not, I want to bring him in here because it'll make me feel good. Am I putting this kid in the best position to succeed? Not am I doing stuff to stroke my own ego? For instance, I brought up the example on the channel. If you got a business and your son is not ready, but you want to retire from the business in 2 years, and you're like, well, I want to work with him. I want to, but that when he goes into that position, your business is going to be in the ground in the next 5 years after that. Wouldn't it make sense to say, you know what? Maybe I need to just think about sending this kid to school to make sure when he comes in this position, he can do a great job. And instead of thinking about myself, because I feel all of this is for LeBron.
The example that you use happens all the time.
But let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question though, real quick. So what if you and your son had a conversation that says, son, it is my dream that you and I play on the same NBA team together. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that happens. That's just something I've always wanted since you was a kid. Would y'all have a problem with that?
Yes, because you're already handicapping his ceiling.
No, I'm just saying, if your dad had a conversation like that with you and he told you that, you'll be like, nah, dad, fuck that. I ain't doing
it. I'll speak like this. I have an older brother. If my dad would have said that to him, and then it's like, yo, fuck your basketball career, Jay. I just want to play with the first one. Like, come on, like it becomes unfair even to his other son. You know,
Jay, he know he not gonna make it to his other son. He's not gonna make it that far. He's at the end. He's at the end right now.
That man got 4 serviceable years left.
No,
I still, if I'm Bryce, I still feel some type of way. I'm with Jay on that, man. Like, how do you single out one to say, yeah, I want to play with Bronny and my namesake, but Bryce, I mean, you good. Like, I mean, and he the middle child, the middle child syndrome is a real thing. So
but if that doesn't do anything, it's gonna make Bryce a dog.
He already might be that one. Anyway, he might be that one.
Gonna make Bryce a dog. My father's approval. He wanted Bronny over me, and Bryce is gonna come out and be like, this is who you really should have been trying to play with.
But it's still selfish. At the same time, because it's his dream, and he's making Bronny come out before he's ready. He had 3 more years of eligibility left. Like, all of that stuff was all about Brian. Maybe Bronny do want this, and he's just not saying it. But from what it seemed like, from the outside looking in, it looked like, and from what Bronny has said, he said this was never my dream. I don't know if I believe it or not, but if I'm taking that for face value, then Bronny is being forced to come out early, knowing he's not ready. He barely played at U.S.A, and he didn't play well when he played. So it really don't make no sense.
Which to me is crazy.
Listen, man,
the dream, Corey. Hold on, to even have that dream, Corey. I want to play with my son. Have you ever did Dale Curry or like, did anybody had that dream? I know the Griffeys did it, but like, has anybody said, man, I want to stick around and stink like a corpse around the NBA and wear my welcome out and just be here forever so I can play with my son? Then I'm gonna force my son who's not ready, not NBA ready. And
Well, Eric, I'm gonna give you an example. Eric, I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm gonna let y'all cook. My dad, for example, he's into like he's an engineer, right? And I'm his first son, like Bronny, that kind of, not like Bronny, but you get what I'm saying. And he always wanted me to kind of do engineering. But guess what happened? He knows me, and he knows I don't like math like that, to that level. And I'm like, sometimes I try to talk to him about engineering, and he'll look at me and be like, you know what? He's like, Charles, I know you, man. Like, the math is going to be too much for you. Like, it's going to be too stressful. Just focus on doing the other thing. Like, you got other talents, just do that. Now, a selfish dad would have been like, no. Like, no, I'm an engineer, and I want you to do it too, because I did it, and I'm going to put all of this pressure on you to do it too, even though I know that may not be the thing that you're best at. But I'm going to still put that pressure on you. I'm going to still go out there and keep telling my friends, hey, man, you know, one of my biggest dreams is to do a project with my son one day, building a road or something, or building a house or something like that. And I keep putting this dream out, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, now I want to go do it. And I go to engineering school and I flunk. Or I go build a road and then it has potholes in it. Like, hey, I feel like this pressure's on Bronny for no reason.
Hey, DREAMERSPRO, let me ask you a question. If your dad owned his own engineering company, right? And regardless of what you did best, right? Your dad said, hey, man, my dream is to have you work at my company. I don't know what you do best, but I want to find a way to fit you in my company. Would you have a problem with that?
Me and him, he got his own thing, and he told me, he's like, everybody should just be yourself. That's what he tells me and my siblings. He said, everybody be yourself. Like, if you like to draw, if you like to sing, if you like to dance, everybody should just be yourself. He's not putting any pressure on anybody. That's his own stance on it. Just be yourself and do what you like. Don't follow something because I like it. Do what you like. And is there some disappointment in it? Sometimes I see it on his face. But then what is he going to do? He's going to make me feel, he's going to disappoint me while he's happy and be like, oh, well, my son is doing what I like, versus me being happy, and he deals with the disappointment. LeBron may have to be like, you know what, this is my dream, but I'm gonna have to let this one go, because maybe my son is going to be the one that's, you know, is going to be hurt at the end. And now look what's happening to him. Every day he goes out, he has a bad game, he's going to get roasted.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in the NBA after his father retires anyway.
You don't think so? He's got a guaranteed 4-year deal, so he's got at least 4 years.
So 4 years and then he's gone.
Yeah. Dang. Well, let me get to this super chat. Then I'm gonna let Dominique close us out, man, and make sure you hit that like button. So,
which is like, come on, man, like I'm not.
I can't believe.
Which is like.
All right, man. Ron Warder said, never seen a man build a business, hand it over to his son that wasn't ready. You may give him a job to learn, but you're not going to give him the keys to burn it down. So, speak to that, Dominique. And also Unspoken Voices gave us a super chat as well. No comment. She never leave a comment, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Dominique, speak on that point. Building a business, giving it to your son that's not ready.
We all know that this isn't the same. Okay, so passing down a business in any environment is not the same. We cannot combine athletic success with that. So this is not about nepotism. This is about narcissism. And I said it before on the format where, you know, Bronny is just wearing a costume. And I believe that not only is this not Bronny's dream to play with his dad, but I don't think that he would prefer to perpetrate an NBA player. I don't think that this is his dream at all. When I'm watching him in the summer league, he's got blank stares. He looks like he doesn't really want to be there. And it's obvious that he's not built to be there and doesn't deserve to be there. So, you know, Bronny's wearing a costume. This isn't real. We're looking at forced narratives. The media is completely full of it, acting as if we're all right now just obsessing over Bronny's game, and He wasn't even a legitimate prospect going back to the McDonald's high school game. He wasn't good in high school. He wasn't good in college. He wasn't good anywhere. How are we going to ask him to be more aggressive? How are we going to ask him to try to score the ball when he wasn't that player in high school or college? He wasn't a scorer in high school. He wasn't aggressive. He's a role player at best. And I don't see it working for him in the NBA either.
It's true. I forgot what I was about to say, Dominique. That was he was 3 for 19 tonight, 0 for 8 behind the arc.
Of course.
He was what?
Anything less.
I'm looking at it.
No, I'm sorry. 3 for
Yeah,
14,
crazy.
0 for 8 behind the arc. 3 for 14, 0 for 8 behind the arc.
That's still crazy, but that 3 for 19 was.
Well,
3 for 14. But you know what? You know what's crazy? You said that was tonight, right?
That was tonight.
Yeah, they let him play like he was Steph Curry. They let him shoot the rock like he's Steph Curry out there. They put him in the rotation as if he's, the number one prospect.
Hey, Dominique TV said he's a 3-and-D guy without the 3 and the D.
He's
my God.
Yes, exactly. I mean, they're comparing him to Pat Bev. They're comparing him to Drew Holiday. These guys were all stars in high school and college. Even Jimmy Butler, I know that he didn't score a lot in college when he was at Marquette, but he was a star in high school. Bronny wasn't a star anywhere. So we're expecting him to do something that he's never done. We're expecting him to come into the NBA and be a qualified NBA player. He is not. He's literally wearing a costume. He should just be sitting right next to Ben Simmons. What's the difference? You know?
What's crazy?
He's not an NBA player. He's wearing a costume. He's showing up for Halloween every day.
He did drive a Ferrari to the
Charles, Dominique is a certified star, man. She about to get her channel
I
started.
can see because everybody else they're not even reacting. Look like y'all used to it, man. This is the first time I'm here.
But I mean, Charles, could your dad pass down the engineering gene? You have to be like, at my college, engineering was really hard. It's not, it's not something really that you can just pass down. You can't pass down athletic success, and we cannot sit here on this panel and conflate being a Black father with achieving athletic success. LeBron can't pass that down to him. So he's hurting his legacy with his move because it's just going to be a disaster. And he's going to be blamed. And it's not going to be good for the Lakers. And look at how he's leaving their franchise. And they're not making money. So also I want to talk about that misconception. The Lakers' earnings, has anybody taken a look at that? If you pull up their earnings right now, they're losing money. The LeBron, in his tenure with the Lakers the last 6 years, this isn't bringing them a profit. It's keeping them relevant and keeping their names in everybody's mouths and in the media constantly, but they're not making money. And so that's what they get to leverage, is the fact that they're popular. That's what, Jeannie Buss is probably banking on. Who knows? They might be going bankrupt, but this is what they're using. If we watched Winning Time, we saw how Jerry Buss constantly just used, a variety of tools to make it seem like he was making money, to make it seem like he had the cachet to get these loans and whatever else. So she's staying afloat by this popularity, but they're not making any money. LeBron's hemorrhaging the Lakers. And when you have a business relationship, I'm shocked that it hasn't broken down yet, because he's hemorrhaging their team. Their team straight into the ground. Right along with his legacy, going right in the tubes, because you just had to have your talentless son playing on the team with you. Movie production. He owns a production company. He could do anything. Bronny could have
put
Bronny.
Look,
he doesn't want to be an NBA player. I promise you, he doesn't want to be an NBA player. He could do anything. He could be sipping champagne somewhere, dating a bunch of girls, but being an NBA player, it's not what he wants to do. I promise.
Oh wow! Hey, look. Wow.
Amari Bailey is already out of the league. That was the star on Sierra Canyon when he was there. When he was playing, Amari Bailey is gone. They couldn't keep playing. They saw no promise. He's out the league. But Bronny has a 4-year guaranteed contract.
Who hurt Dominique that was an NBA player? That's all I want to know. I'm just curious. I don't know who it was. I don't know who he was, but I want to apologize for him.
I don't know what that has to do with Bronny pretending to be an NBA player.
I don't know. I think he has talent. I think he has talent to develop into a decent role player.
Did you even watch the games, the last 3 games that he's been in? So you didn't watch today's because
But he's a developmental player, though. I don't expect him. I expect him to be in the G League.
well, he's not there. He's in the NBA, and we're not going to see him develop because you have to come to the NBA ready to play. And that's why there's a G League. That's why there's an overseas league.
The fact that everybody keep calling him a kid lets me further know that they don't believe he was ready either. Because it's a professional league. Kids ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah, this ain't for
I think they're doing that to guard him from criticism. Now all of a sudden, Bronny's a kid. Meanwhile, we've been talking about NBA. That's the point I've been making. That's the point I try to bring up. We talked about NBA players the minute they get into the league. The moment they get into the league. But now all of a sudden, oh, he's a kid. We got to be careful what we're saying. Why you hating on the man's child? And I'm like, this guy's a child earning $9 million playing in the NBA. He's a child.
No, not to mention by birth certificate, Cooper Flag is a kid too, and
he was
busting what that kid looked like.
He was busting their ass.
That was true, man. He was.
At every
all right, well, Dreamers Pro, we go in this segment, man. We appreciate you coming in. I'm gonna clip this segment up, man. Hope you don't mind it. Nah, man, we enjoyed your time here, man, and you're welcome to come back anytime or call back in whenever, man. So we appreciate it, though.
Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one. I had a lot of fun. Y'all have a good one.
Peace,
All
right, brother. Yep.
Peace.
All right, Chris, take us home. What we got next?
All right, so
super chat. My bad. Damn Dominique burning down. I don't even supposed to be cursing, but dang Dominique burning down the dang kitchen.
Is really a cuss word for real?
I don't know, man.
Hey, man, that's baby TD Jakes right there, man. Let him. Hey, I'm telling you.
I hope not.
There's so much wrong with that statement. I'm not even.
I hope he's not baby TD Jakes. But moving on. That was a good topic, a good subtopic.
Shout out Dreamers Pro. Y'all go follow him if y'all not. Shout out.
Like, hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button.
I can't believe you actually clipped that. I thought that was Dreamers Pro.
Oh shoot! Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We good.
So, all right. So John Stockton was recently asked about his top 5 and who he had in and the typical GOAT conversation, and he didn't quite give the response that a lot of people normally give when asked their top 5 or who is in their GOAT debate. I'm gonna let you guys try to decipher what he was saying here.
Who's the best of all time? Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
Well, I wouldn't use those 3. Some of those 3 or one of those 3 wouldn't even be in my top 5. I hate that question. And I get asked it all the time. Who are you guys? Who's anybody to say, well, it's of those 3? Wilt Chamberlain, they changed rules to negate how dominant he was. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a leading scorer and shot blocker in the history of the game for 40 years, is it? Now, I know LeBron passed him and things like that, but he passed him with 3-point lines and changed the rules. There's so many guys that I would put in that handful of first 5. I'm not certain that the guys that are suggested are always the ones that I would put in there with him.
Hey, I know the one he's talking about.
Which one?
Okay, Jay, start us off. Who you think he leaving out the top 5?
Michael Jeffrey.
Oh, you mean the one who ain't let him get one?
The one that bust his ass back to back, Paul.
Yeah, the one who ain't let him get one. The one who ain't let him get one.
Yeah. Hey, that man feel that. He feel that in his heart.
Oh, he definitely one of them dudes off the list. I'm glad he didn't say it because we all knew. We knew who it was.
Yeah.
So y'all really think? To me, I think he left LeBron off the list. I think that's just like I think that's the logical choice.
LeBron was the only one he was willing to say his name. LeBron passed him when he was something about
right.
He said 2 or the other one. I'll leave 2 or 1 of them.
Yeah. He ain't messing with Kobe because Kobe busted his ass. He just busted his ass. Like, hey, John, and we know John Stockton to hold a grudge. We know that about him.
Oh, he petty. He petty.
Damn, so y'all think you really talking about Mike?
No. Using context clues and me hearing Stockton speak about Mike before, it's not Mike, it's LeBron for sure.
It's LeBron for sure.
No, don't put LeBron down like that. Don't do Brian like that. Don't do Brian like that. That's
all right. So as the LeBron fan, so you got three people in this category or this conversation, right? So if he's not talking about LeBron, that he will leave off. He's got to pick one of the other two. Who do you think it is?
Hey, hold on, no. I think his whole list was off. Like he might have LeBron at like number 5, but the type of players he talking about, when he's talking about Will Chamberlain, bro, you going back. You go like
Wes Unstead,
Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like you gotta go back.
Robinson.
Oscar Robertson, like come on, bro, like you gotta go back. When you think about all like top 5, like all time, like come on, bro, you gotta go back.
Nah, but the way he played basketball,
you gotta put LeBron in there.
Now, to Eric's point, the way he played basketball, I could see him having Pistol Pete in this top 5.
Exactly. The way he was talking too, Jay. The way he was talking.
Bob Cousy, Pistol Pete.
I'm just saying,
that is Stockton's quote right there.
You're not climbing the mountain. You're taking he did say that. You're taking a helicopter to the top.
He did say that.
But guess what he said though? He taking the helicopter where?
To the top.
What he's saying is he's not climbing the mountain. That man took the expressway.
That ain't his fault though.
But a lot of OGs don't respect the easy way of getting to the top.
A lot of OGs are upset that they couldn't force
the NBA to be
a player first league. A lot of OGs like, damn, I wish it was that easy to do. I wish it was that easy to say, hey, either you get me some help or I'm getting the hell up out of here. Those guys, like, dude, Pippen got paid literally peanuts for those 6 championships. Like for real peanuts, like no money at all.
Yeah, like real planters.
Yeah.
hey, and his tennis shoe wasn't selling.
Hey, Pippen had some dope shoes though.
Hey, nobody went to go get no Pippins. Everybody went to got Jordans.
So think about it. Pippen actually never had shoes.
He didn't really.
Pippen didn't have a signature shoe. He was an athlete that they used to market another Nike. Like they're not called, like when you look up the name of the shoe, they're not called the Scottie Pippins. No, hell no.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Nah, damn, I look that up. Now he had a shoe, I thought.
I swear he
right. That was regular shoes, and then they just
he was the representative.
Oh, the up tempos, but
they were the up tempo.
Man,
there was never a signature. There was never a Scottie Pippen shoe, and he had
never had a signature shoe. He was.
Oh no, they say. I'm looking at these. They say the Nike Air Pippen, and he had 2 of them.
No, but they came out with the Airs first, and then just repurposed them to be Pippins.
Yeah, the shoes you think that there's the AIRs, the up tempos with the big air bubbles on the side. Those was
them. I had them.
Me too. Those was the representation of Scottie Pippen, but it was a Nike shoe. It was a Nike shoe.
Then the actual Scottie Pippen shoes came out when he was with Portland, maybe.
Freaking idiot.
Taco says you lying through your TV. He said Pippen had shoes on every game.
Hey, if you ain't never seen Pippen feet, you have no idea. That might be
it could have been paint.
Shout out to Taco, man.
It could have been paint, man. For sure.
Wasn't Scotty wearing mics at some point too?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, when he wanted them to come back, he was pointing at the camera.
It was the number 9s he had on with the
that's the 10s.
The 10s with all his accolades on the bottom.
Bro, I don't know how y'all be knowing the numbers, man.
You see this shit back here? You know what it is?
It's an addiction.
It is a problem.
You're right.
It's a lovely problem.
You got them Jones, huh?
Yeah.
Everybody
it ain't do it for me, man.
Everybody waiting on Dominique to say what she got to say. I like how Dominique just be waiting patiently like this.
Dominique know he was talking about Michael Jordan. Tell him, Dom.
Go ahead, Dom. What tell him. You on mute.
You on mute.
I think there's a few things, right? Like John Stockton probably doesn't like Michael Jordan, just like Jay mentioned. I think that there's definitely kind of like a code between even Malone. When he talks about Michael Jordan, he won't refer to him as the GOAT or the best. And I think that that's okay. That just ties back to the competitive spirit that they had back then that's no longer present now. But I definitely think that John Stockton, along with a variety of other people such as myself and, just players of that time, they recognize that there's 75 years of history of basketball. So they're hard pressed to call anybody the GOAT, let alone LeBron. When there's 75 years of basketball, you have a guy like Bill Russell who, won 11 times, who did so much, for social justice off the court. I just think that there's no way that John Stockton or players of that time would be even compelled to call LeBron the GOAT. So I think for sure, not top 5, probably for all those people. He's looking at a Wilt Chamberlain who changed the rules. He might even, view, like you said, guys like Bob Cousy, Jerry West, guys that he thinks just had the toughness, the grit, and the will to win.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think Karl Malone is in John Stockton's top 5?
I don't think so. I think that they were good teammates, but when you take a look at those series, Jordan beat them in 6 each time, back-to-back years. It never went to a game 7, so they can't deny Michael Jordan and his greatness. They can't say they were robbed of the series or a title any year. It wasn't close. So of course that game 6 was close, but the series wasn't on the line. They didn't go to game 7. And I don't think that he views Malone as, top 5, but I do think he respects him and has a lot of warm feelings about them being teammates.
Can I just say this one thing? Can we just all be honest about Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan came along at a time where he had the better team. He was the better player than anybody that was really playing at that time.
No. I don't know what basketball you were watching where he had the better team. He lost for about 7 straight years in a row. He lost 7 straight years in a row. He had a bad coach and he had a bad team.
No. I'm talking about the years he was winning the championship. I'm talking about when he came in a rookie in the league. Because I wasn't watching basketball at 4 years old. So when he came in the league, or 9, however, when
in the 80s, you were 4 years old?
Yeah, in the 80s, I was 4 years old, yes.
14.
1981, I was 4 years old.
14.
Shit, Eric.
you were 14 years old.
But anyway, I can't agree that Michael Jordan by far had the better team every time. I think that there was plenty of competition. The league was definitely
when though. When he was winning championships, when? Tell me
competitor. For you to disrespect that Utah team, they were formidable. They had an opportunity to win. They were a great team. I think it's very disrespectful.
Who was the best player on the court, Dominique? It's a simple question. I know you're smart.
Michael Jordan. Hasn't LeBron been the best player on the court many years? What are we really talking about? What is the point? Make me understand the point. Michael Jordan was the best player for 10 years straight, winning 10 straight scoring titles. He was dominant. We've never seen any player be that dominant in winning, in scoring, in stats. He checked all the boxes. There wasn't a year that he didn't do everything.
There were too many great players.
He won steals titles.
Who? But I just want to know who.
Michael Jordan.
Who's a formidable foe to Michael Jordan during Michael Jordan's time?
Wait,
you don't think that Karl Malone was a great player because he's a leading scorer of all time? He's number 3 in scoring all time.
Yeah, I think there was some so you feel like there was no great players like
no. I'm just not saying
none of those great players were able to win. He feels that none of those great players were able to win, which speaks to Michael Jordan's dominance that nobody could win on his watch. But now we have the Celtics en route to repeat during LeBron's watch, and he's a Laker. So
can I ask you a question?
Put that into perspective.
Can I ask you a question? Who was better than Jordan during Jordan's era?
Who was better than LeBron? He was dominant.
Who was a formidable foe during Jordan's era?
That's the point. There was plenty.
That's 2 different questions.
Doesn't mean that anybody was better than him.
Who was a formidable foe during Jordan's era?
Everybody who he beat in the finals. Everybody who he beat to get to the finals.
Who had a better team?
So many people. There were multiple teams. He lost multiple years.
Did everybody on the team shoot threes?
That means there was competition. He wasn't winning his whole career. He won 6 times. But he was just that dominant.
We're not talking about his in the 80s. We're not talking about the 80s. We're not talking about when
We're
he was
not
coming up.
talking about the 80s, but we're talking about his wins. What, like, he broke through. That's what breaking through means. Is you should win. You should be dominant. That's why we expect people to do that now. Why do you think the bar is so high?
That
real quick,
man. The smoke is going off.
Real quick, we go. I want to finish this, but this is gonna be our last. This is gonna be. We're not gonna get to the other topics. This is gonna be our last one because we're gonna take phone calls on this one and then end it at 2:30. At the 2 hour and 30 minute mark, right? So we got 10 minutes. Y'all go ahead and finish this out though.
Hey, that question was funny as hell, Eric.
My man said, "Who was better than the best?"
Like, how do you? What kind of question was that?
You know what I mean, man. You know what I mean. Who was a
It speaks to the fact that LeBron is not the best because there's multiple times throughout his career he wasn't the best player in the league.
Dominic, I truly don't know what LeBron did. I really don't know
the best
LeBron.
player in the league every single time.
He's argued as the number 2 of all time. LeBron is argued by most analysts as the number 2 of all time. Even if you're a Jordan fan, they say
He's
number
not
2.
top 10. He's not top 5. I don't know if he's top 15.
Based on what facts?
Based
He's a
on
four-time
so many.
leading scorer, 4-time NBA title holder. What makes him not?
What does he do well?
You tell me.
No, I'm asking you. You're
If
the
he's
LeBron
never-
fan. I'm not.
If he's never even passed Kobe, how is he number 2?
Exactly. And he's been playing.
Oh my God! Here we go with the Kobe thing. Here we go with the Kobe thing.
Forget Kobe though for a moment. Like he can't win. He has no dominance in his winning. He has no dominance in his statistics.
Let me ask you this, Eric. Let me ask you this.
That don't count.
Let me ask you this. No, it don't. Let me ask you this. Right?
Oh my God! I know you you too young to understand. Go ahead.
Not when you can't scoring titles.
Hold on. If you have perfection, right? Perfection. Then you have the closest thing to perfection, and then you got this flawed product that's on sale because it's flawed. How are you putting the flawed product over the closest thing to perfection when you're trying to reach perfection?
That's a good question.
That analogy sucks because who's perfect?
He said closest thing to perfection.
No, he said you got perfection, then you had
perfection in itself is perfect. It's just it's perfection, and then the closest thing to perfection is MJ.
So who's what? So if now in his analogy, I think he was calling Jordan perfection, and then Kobe the closest thing to perfection, and then LeBron the flawed product.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Jordan's not perfect.
LeBron can't be any of
I'm
those.
just saying. I'm saying. Like, I wasn't saying that Jordan was perfect, but I'm saying like
he has no signature move. What are we talking about? Tell me one signature move he has right now, Eric. Go. What's the signature move?
When he look at the ball and pull that Jay, bow,
and miss.
Look at it, Jay.
Hey, he can get to the hole. He can get to the hole anytime. You can't stop him from scoring.
They know shit. Call that move the LaFuck you.
Okay.
That's what they call it.
You're a hater, so I don't expect you to have an honest.
They actually call it watch the stroke.
Tell me what he does. You can't. You're just a fan of LeBron that can't tell me what his signature move is. I'm waiting.
What was Jordan's signature move?
So many.
Pick one.
So many.
Pick one.
He had the fadeaway. He had iconic
fadeaway. The up and under.
Hold on. We never seen Jordan. We never seen LeBron hit a fadeaway. We never seen LeBron hit a fadeaway.
Is that his signature move?
We've seen his airball fadeaways. I don't
you
even
know
really.
what? Matter of fact,
I can
tell
on my
you.
one hand how many times I saw Michael Jordan airball the ball. There used to be pride in that. In basketball, we used to take a lot of pride in not airballing. Now it's just a regular damn thing. Oh, I was gassed. We hear that excuse. That's what we're left with these days.
LeBron gave you that excuse personally?
Free throws. What's signature for him? He shot a free throw with his eyes closed. LeBron did the same thing and missed. He's not even close. He's not
I can
there.
tell you exactly what LeBron's signature move is. It's crying to the refs.
Rushing the lane and flopping. That's signature.
Crying to the refs is a signature move.
He has a signature flop, Eric, not a signature move.
And let me get to this super chat real quick. Shout out Ryan Walters, and I'm gonna let y'all commence the foolery. Ryan Walters said, "Appreciate the super chat, by the way. How many Hall of Fame players didn't win a title during the MJ era? How many?
Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing. Like we can just go down the list. Karl Malone. How many people did he leave ringless? That's competition. That's what we're missing from the NBA that we're never gonna see again. because now it's stories about the Kardashians. The Lakers and LeBron are just the Kardashians.
What did the Kardashians do to you? Kim and Trip got you on your feelings like that?
They don't have any talent and they're billionaires.
I love
Can't argue with that.
No difference. The Lakers are now the Kardashians. The difference between LeBron and Kobe is Kobe didn't want Kardashians on his team. He traded away Lamar Odom so fast. Once he became a Kardashian, goodbye. Then there was stories about him being on crack.
Kardashian or the Coke?
Are you trying to say Ray J hit LeBron?
No, yo, man.
Kobe didn't want Kardashians on his team, and he traded
John
him.
Wayne, thanks for the super chat. LeBron's signature moves: free arm on the drive, fade away, 3, pass to the corner. I made the right basketball play. All right, so we're gonna take phone calls, but I need Shay J to call back because I saw you call earlier and I couldn't get you in because we was talking. I need Greg Anderson to call back as well. And the format podcast, y'all three, y'all get priority if I see y'all phone calls. Caller from Florida, go ahead.
What's up with y'all, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we good. Hey, we got to keep it. We're gonna have to keep it quick though, because I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My question is this: if Jordan was 2-4, if that was his record in the finals, would we consider him the GOAT or in the conversation?
No.
So why the fuck are we putting LeBron in the conversation? He's 4-6.
To answer your question about if Jordan was 2-4, I think the eyeball test and what we've seen from that man's career, he'd still be in the conversation.
No,
the reason is because he's a good husband.
I just want to say this.
That's why.
I just want to say this. That's the thing about LeBron fanboys. They lose logical sense, right?
So here's the thing. I'm no fan of man. Number one. Number two.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about generally speaking.
No. Hold on. I've been on record several times saying that I don't believe that championships should be a part of an individual's legacy because it's a team thing. It starts at the front office. The organization has a whole lot to do with your success on a championship level. Period.
But the reason why we consider Jordan in the GOAT conversation is because he's 6-0. Yes or no?
No, I mean not me. I think it's part of it. For me, it's because he's the best player I've seen. That's where it starts, and that's the foundation. Everything else, like if I'm building the house, that him being the best player is the foundation. The walls are his records, his finals, his rings and stuff like that. Those are the walls and the ceilings. But the foundation is the fact that he's a better player. Now with LeBron, he don't have a foundation that he's a better player than Kobe or Mike, but he did build the walls. So he got a house with no foundation, just the walls up and the ceiling is going to fall eventually. But thanks for the call, brother. I'm gonna get to some other phone calls.
So, man, while you switching phone calls, I would be willing to entertain championships like sprinkles on the cake. It has nothing really to do with the cake, but it makes the cake prettier. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to
of playing though, Jay, how can you possibly say that? When you step on the court to play a game, the objective is to win.
Yeah, but I can handicap you by sending you to the Charlotte Hornets. I don't care how great you are. I don't care how great you are. I can send you to the Hornets.
Or you can enable them, like, and then you got Pat McCall, who has 3 rings, and that's more than Charlie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That is crazy. Pat McCall is right time.
Period.
Yeah, caller from Georgia, you got 30 seconds.
All right, so really, I want to speak on all kinds of topics, but my main topic is I want to start with Brandon, man. With the Brandon thing, if he wasn't LeBron's son, he wouldn't be in the league. LeBron pushed that narrative because he know he ain't got much longer, and he know he really stunted that boy growth. Because that boy need at least 2 more years of college. But that top 5 thing, man, LeBron, he top 4 just by default because of all the accolades and, the records and all that. But Jordan and Kobe, man, it's just different. Like, I test, they better. They got mid range. They got whatever you need. You know what I mean? People always talk about their ball, but LeBron averaged 7 assists for his career. Jordan averaged almost 6, and Kobe averaged 5. Kobe led his team in assists every year he played for the Lakers. And just to be honest, that LeBron is it's overblown, man. You know, they not KD, they not other players for making super teams. But LeBron never won without a superstar. He's great, but 21 years and 4 rings, it's not impressive.
That man went to the finals with the Harlem Less Trotters.
He went to the finals. Played the Washington Wizards. He played for the winning team. Then he played Detroit without Ben Wallace. It wasn't the same team. They ain't had no rim protection, you know. And the Cavs, they was built to be a defensive team. They had shooters around him. They had Gauskas. They had great role players. He carried them, boy. Now I give it to him. He carried them, boy. But they ain't play. They was just like the Chelsea this year. They ain't play nobody.
True story. I beat Gauskas and Verjao 2-on-1.
All right, Georgia, man. Hey, George, let me get to the next one, man, because I'm trying to get these. Trying to get it. All right, thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Oh, here come Pam right here.
Pamtwan.
Pamtony.
Pam Brown, what's going on? Caller from
what's up? What's up, man? I heard y'all looking for me.
Not really, but I mean, you here, so what's up?
I'm here. What's up? Everything everybody got to say. Like, holler at me right now.
What you want?
Bro, I just want you to say all the stuff you've been saying, nigga, before I just called.
What was the stuff?
Y'all holler at me. Y'all holler at me.
Did you hear us say something?
Man, y'all holler at me, bro. I ain't tripping. I ain't no animosity or nothing. I'm saying y'all holler at me.
What you got on the topic?
I don't even understand what he talking about.
What y'all talking about? You talking about right now on the Kobe and LeBron? Like, that ain't even a discussion, bro. Like LeBron is light years ahead of Kobe, bro. That ain't even a discussion.
Okay, tell us why.
Tell you why?
Yeah.
Please.
Bro, I just said he light years ahead of him. He do everything better than Kobe, except for shoot free throws in the mid range. That's it.
That's a lot, though. That's a lot.
That ain't a lot, bro. That ain't a lot, bro. Listen, you like to judge off of I guess you want to say skill set or whatever. But bro, skill set ain't nothing, nigga without production, bro. So if you saying Kobe is a better scorer or anything like that, nigga, but he still average less points than LeBron, that means the thing that like that he was born to do, or like what everybody give him credit for, he ruthless and he score all that. The thing that he like that he get credit for, nigga, LeBron do it better than him. And I ain't just talking about regular season, nigga.
So look, listen to this.
If we want to talk about the playoffs, nigga, it's even worse.
Listen to this. This is the thing about this is the thing about production, right?
Yeah.
If I can score 20 points and win the game, and you score 25 points, just because you score more than me don't mean that I'm going to take that production and say you're a better scorer than me. You do what you need to do to win the game. And Kobe and Michael Jordan contribute as much on the defensive end as they did on the offensive end. Right. So just taking into the stats.
But that's cap though. Why is it cap? That's cap. Nigga, Kobe has never had the defensive flexibility, nigga, that LeBron had.
How many defensive first teams you got? How many defensive first teams you got?
Bro, that's just the amount of years, bro.
Hold on, how many defensive first teams you got?
They don't got nothing to do with peak. Bro, they don't got nothing to do with peak, bro. They don't got nothing to do with peak. I'm talking about peak right now. Okay, you want to say how many years, how many defensive players, however many of them he got. When has Kobe ever finished top 2 or runner up in defensive player of the year?
I don't know, but how many first teams has he made?
Bro, that's longevity, bro. We talking about peak right now.
No, but first teams ain't got nothing to do with longevity. That mean out of all the people in the league, you made first team. That's 5. It's only 5 people on first team.
Bro,
it's only 5 people on first team.
Bro, you correct. First teams don't. But when you factor in, when you say how many does he have, that's when longevity kicks in, nigga. You ain't talking to no nigga that don't know what he's talking about, bro.
Yeah, that means he played defense at an elite level, probably more than 99% of the league for at least 9 years. That's 9 first team all defenses.
You ever hit LeBron peak though?
Kobe had 12.
You know what I'm saying?
He had 12 first team.
Oh well, 12 all defense.
Yeah, he had 9 first team, but he probably had second and third.
Okay, I'm gonna play your game then, bro. How many All NBAs do we got?
That's a good question. I don't know. You tell me.
I'm looking it up right now. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me how many All NBAs Kobe got.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna tell you that LeBron. I'm gonna tell you that LeBron got 20 in a row.
I think that's dope. I think that's real good. That shows how good Bron is, but he's still not better than Kobe.
Bro, All NBA good. Like, stop it, bro.
No, I think that's good. That's great. That's great.
Bro,
I say great.
NBA is great.
I say
I'm saying,
great.
just like you, so just like you talking about how many defensive teams do Kobe got? Well, nigga, fuck that. That's just one side of the ball, nigga. All NBA is all
50% of the
NBA,
game.
bro.
That's 50% of the
All
game.
NBA is all NBA, though.
That's 50% of the game. And it's a lot of.
And I'm talking about the whole game. Nigga, I'm talking about all NBAs, bro. All NBA. Nigga just don't mean offense, bro.
Oh, most of the times they do. Even MVP just mean offense. They don't. Come on, man.
You
Jokic got 3.
Most of the,
They're not considering defense when they're doing MVPs.
Bro, all NBA means. So what does all NBA mean to you then, bro? Like that's what I'm saying. Like you're talking about all defensive teams. Nigga, I'm talking about all NBA. Which one do you rate high?
All right. So you asked a question. We're gonna answer. I'll let Zo go. Go ahead, Zo.
Well, 2 things. All NBA is definitely more offensive than defensive, but what you have to understand, they have an all defensive team, and then they also have an all NBA team. And defense is half of the game. So rather, if you rank it higher, that's a personal preference. That's fine if you rank all.
So Zo, I'm asking you, which one do you rank higher? A player that's on the all defensive team, or players that make all NBA is what I'm asking you.
I wouldn't rank either higher. I would say this though. I would say that I rank a player because look, we all know that Kobe.
I'm saying all NBA. I'm saying all NBA.
But look, we all know that we all know that players like Kobe and LeBron are beasts on the offensive end. So when you're comparing Kobe and LeBron as players, you got one that's a beast on offense and defense, and one is just a beast on offense. So it's a trick bag to ask me which one I rank better between.
Bro, that's retarded what you're saying, bro. LeBron got 6. He got 6 of those. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
He got 6
what? Like, I don't even understand what you're saying. Like LeBron got 6. Kobe got 12. LeBron got 6. Like what are you talking about?
So Kobe.
And if you want to, and like I said, if you want to do it like that, then factor in how many All NBAs LeBron got.
Hold on, wait. Right, so you just said that Kobe is literally 2 times better than LeBron on defense.
No, nigga, that's not what I said. I said he's been picked 2 more times, nigga. Or you could say that exact thing that you just said. You could say it like that, nigga. I didn't never say it was 2 more times.
All right, so go ahead and get to your final point because we got it. We got
it. Ain't matching, bro.
Hold on, go ahead and get to your final point.
Bro, I'm just saying, all y'all talking about Kobe better than I'm saying. Factor the All NBAs in. Factor the MVP award.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. I'm gonna tell you like this though. If we really want to do that, there's a couple of them that LeBron don't deserve because he got a 3rd team when he was fucking garbage.
Bro, ain't nobody sitting on that panel qualified to say, nigga, who's deserving to win and who's not, man. Like, stop that, my nigga.
I would say that we're more qualified than you, though.
My nigga, I'm not the one doing that. You are.
Exactly, qualifications.
I ain't said nothing about take. I said one time, nigga, that Kobe didn't deserve one of those. Even though Phil Jackson said it.
Look, Pam Brown.
I never said that.
Hold on, Pam. So look, this the deal. You called in. We on a segment where we was taking phone calls. It was supposed to be no more than a minute. We gave you more than that. I'm gonna let you get your final thoughts out about.
I'm cool. I don't have no final thoughts, bro. I just heard somebody was looking for me. So I came, man. I'm just talking about
you couldn't have heard that. You couldn't have heard.
I don't have no hard feelings. I don't have no hard feelings toward you or your panel or none of that.
Hey, bro, I ain't got no hard. Hey, listen.
I'm cool.
Listen, I don't have no hard feelings toward you either. I just wish next time.
Bro. I don't have no final thought. I'm saying like I'm good. No, I'm good. I just want you, but I want you to know, nigga, it ain't no beef or no clips or no nothing like that.
It ain't never gonna be that with me.
Y'all have a strong opinion. Like that's it. Like that's it. But it ain't no hard feelings about nothing.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Appreciate you,
All
bro.
right, man, one.
All right, big
All right,
dog.
one.
Yep.
This man kept saying Pam.
Pamtwan going crazy.
All right, so we Format Podcast and Shay J. Nobody else. Oh, and Greg Anderson. All right, y'all got. Hey, I'm sorry, man. Y'all gotta be quick, man. Hey, Greg, turn your internet off. I can hear us in the background. Hey, look, man.
Internet off.
Hey, not the whole internet.
That's no bullshit. He
Turn
talking about
YouTube off. Hey,
he tell him, fuck your internet.
turn the whole internet.
Turn your
Hold
whole
on, let me
internet
get Shay in here real quick, Greg. Hold on.
Just turn your whole
Turn your whole internet
Turn the whole
off.
internet. Hey, and also Format Podcast. I know that you wanted to call in. You
Hold on. I'm trying to mute my damn TV.
Yeah, mute that Shay. I'm gonna let Greg go first. Y'all both on the line together.
Okay.
Go ahead, Greg.
Oh, we are? Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll stay here. I'll just leave the room because it's not working. All right.
Hold on, what's not working?
Oh,
the TV.
My remote. I think I need to put a new
Well,
battery.
we
Go ahead,
can't
Greg.
we can't hear your TV anyway, so you good. Go ahead,
Well,
Greg.
I left the room
Okay, all right, good.
because I got a big ass house. No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
Talk that shit then, Shay.
All right. Go, Greg.
All right, so we're going to see your ass in AAA batteries in a minute.
Thank you. I'm a girl.
but look, my man just gave me a headache. Look, how the man
That was exhausting.
Oh my God, that was toxic masculinity, as they call it.
Oh, my God.
So bro was on there talking about when you made an argument about all defensive teams. He said, you can't count that. That's longevity. And then he makes the argument for longevity for LeBron. He named 20 All-NBA teams, 20 All-NBA teams.
He said 20. He did. He said 20.
Yeah, so my whole thing.
Because confirm it.
Yeah, but my whole thing is this. Is it better to win 20 just playing on one half of the court? Or is it better to win 15 on one side of the court and 12 on the other side of the court?
Yeah.
It's all about being a balanced player. And Eric, you done lost your mind. That's what I was calling in for. He was the save you, Eric, because you was the second most ridiculous person on this panel talking all of that. The Bulls ain't play nobody. The Bulls played.
They played defensive team.
Yeah.
Put you on your ass.
All of that. So, Eric, you got saved by the bell because the champ called in here not making no sense.
The champ. Again.
You gotta
the baby champ.
Hey, we're gonna get the champ. We're gonna get the champ on the panel, man.
Oh
but
God.
but Pam, if we invite you on the panel, man, you gotta chill a little bit, man. Like you be up too high, man.
You be on 10.
Yeah, bring it down to 6, maybe 5, and then we can work with it,
man.
Yeah, I mean we need a LeBron. We need another LeBron guy to help Jay and Eric out, man.
That's cool.
Dude, why? So that's what we doing. I'm a LeBron guy then. Got it.
All right, but I'm out of here, man. Great panel, great conversation. And Dominique, I've been seeing you on other outlets. You've been cooking all week.
I have to.
Look, and it's been bubbling over. And then I think Young was in response to something that you said, and Mel the damn went viral, man. They were talking about him on 8 platforms, man. I I look on the internet, I done see you on every station. I said, that's my man Mel.
I got a lot of alerts.
They was trying to cook, wasn't they?
They was trying to cook.
Man.
Get me started.
Pam's been following us around though. Wherever we go, Pam goes.
Yeah, Pam, that's my dude. Pamtwan.
But y'all take care. I'm in the comments.
All right, bet.
Okay.
All right, Shay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it quick. And it's so funny because this took me off my trajectory. I was actually gonna bounce off of some of the things that my sister Dominique was talking about when they were talking about MJ. I can't remember that caller. And well, first of all, Mel, big ups to you. Like the caller, you have been like trending, and Take a TV, I do follow him. He gave you some big ups, I'm sure you know. And that's how I saw it. Then I came back because I told you I was traveling. And so I really haven't seen some of your lives for the past week. But Dominique, one of the things you were talking about earlier and it was with your KC panelist. It was about MJ. And I literally had a conversation tonight with someone here in Chicago, and we were talking about how the 80s Bulls, like right after MJ was drafted, and I told you before, like, it was my dad who brought me into basketball. He used to take my brother to the game, who was a Laker fan. He wasn't even a Bulls fan. And then I like squashed it, and I'm like, I want to go. And so he started taking me to the game. And I remember Mike used to like be like Showtime and just like dunk, score all these points. And he started talking to the media about how they want me to score 100 points a night, but they want their team to win. He said, I'm over it. I want to win championships. And he made it bigger than him. It wasn't just about his stats. We talk a lot about stats on this platform, right? Especially a lot of LeBron people talk about stats. Mike was sick for doing all this show for people who literally were flying into Chicago to watch Michael have a crazy game, but they want their team to win. And that's when he was building his team. And he was like, I want this, I want that. I don't need the money, you know, blah, blah, blah. Because obviously, we all know what Nike did for him. But I literally had that conversation tonight when we're talking about how he was selfless, not selfish, so that we could build a dynasty. And then one of my friends who was there, she really didn't know like the whole LeBron kind of journey. And she said, wait a minute. He didn't win all his championships with one team. I said, you know what? I'm going to let one of the men speak to that. Because I'm a lady, and sometimes, this is for you, Dominique, sometimes they don't like for us to speak and be right. And when she heard that LeBron was a traveler, like a gypsy, and she called him a gypsy, and that he was going to all these different cities to build teams, and she said, well, wait, so they didn't build a team around him? I said, this is different. He wasn't patient, and he didn't let them build a team around him. And so he chose to follow and go somewhere else and build super teams and not really create a dynasty in these cities. All right, what y'all got?
I'm going to let Dominique answer that one.
I couldn't agree with you more. Oh my gosh. Like
Thank you, sis.
LeBron, you know, he's never been a part of a dynasty. You know, the Heat going to the finals years in a row is great, but like, look at what he followed Dwayne Wade to his team where he already won a championship. So you nailed it. And I mean, you know, just the competition that Michael Jordan had to face back then, that was some of the best basketball that we ever saw when we weren't watching Michael Jordan.
About the Knicks, Detroit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this was just all fitting for tonight. It really was.
Yeah.
That was a great story.
No, for sure, man. We appreciate it, Shay, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you guys are great. And Mel, you've been doing a great job. I just hate I've been like a little absent, but I really commend you for that caller last week. Oh my God, when I listened to it, it was exhausting. But we don't have to like bring it up again. But you are really, how can I put it? And I let my dad, I'm really not trying to be long, but my dad is a great athlete. And he actually played for the Negro Leagues in Kansas City for one of the Negro League teams. I can't think of the name of it, but it was before I was born. But he loved sports and he taught me about sports. And we were kind of like watching some of your shorts or your platform, and then I showed him some of the tickets, and we're following Bronny and things like that. I was just showing him things that are on YouTube so that he kind of knows like kind of what's going on, not just what ESPN, because he's an ESPN guy, and I was trying to educate him that I don't know about that Stuart Scott. He was that guy, but they're not Stuart Scott anymore. And he did agree with me after watching some of it. And he did love your videos, by the way.
Good, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. And he was Air Force. I know you were military too. So
yeah.
Happy 4th for everybody. I really wasn't around, but I hope everybody had a happy 4th. I know some of your panel were also military. I love military and I love freedom. And I love how you allow people to have their opinion and to not cut them off. But sometimes I don't like the N-word. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like some
That's
of that, we did feel like that was a prison dude. Young, I agree with somebody. I felt like he was coming from his prison cell, from his burner. It was just really ignorant, and it gave me incel. I didn't like how he was coming after women.
Yeah. It was a little
that
rough.
Just made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, he rough around the edges, man. But I mean, I like the fact that he I think he's a good sport though. He just rough around the edges. That's all, man. It
was a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
Yeah.
But congrats, Dominique. I have seen you on other platforms too, and you're trending. And God bless you, girl. And you're gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
You win it. You win it. I always got your back. You guys have a great night. I'm out of here. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you, Shay.
You
All right, we almost out of here. Format podcast. Call back really quick, and then we done after format podcast. Let me get him in. It was a good show though. We didn't get through everything though, but it was good.
It hurts me right here in my chest.
What does?
That we didn't get through everything.
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me, I know.
It hurts.
Trust me, I know.
Just a little bit. So
welcome to the real world.
Me and our cast member that was missing today gonna have to have a conversation.
Gonna
have a conversation.
And while we got a second, man, I want to shout out everybody who was listening. And if you're in the comments, real quick, just for my own personal information, tell me who your favorite NFL team is and the team that you hate the most in the NFL.
That's good information. All right, we got the format on the line. What's up, Bruce?
Bruce.
Yo, what's going on? Yo, great show as always, man. Really appreciate it. Very entertaining, very informational. Appreciate it. So I'm gonna make this real quick. I know how this goes. One thing I noticed when E was kind of debating earlier with Dominique about the LeBron thing, and it's the same thing I always see with LeBron fans. Why is it that LeBron's work and what he has done simply can't stand on its own? He jumped right into the whataboutism every time Dominique asked him a question. Well, what did Jordan do? Well, what about Jordan? No, we're not talking about that. Answer the questions pertaining to LeBron. They immediately do that. Why? Because his work can't stand up. And as for the constant denigration of Jordan's era, it really irks me because I'm sure you guys have heard me use this analogy before. Just about everybody here is a military veteran, so we've all taken PT tests, no matter what we call it, right? So in the Army, it's a 2-mile run. So if I, in the year 2000, run 2 miles, and I run it in 16 minutes, right? And then you come in the year 2005, you run your 2 miles in 12 minutes. Damn, you was 4 minutes faster than me. You was blazing. Great time. Except I ran mine uphill. Are you really that much faster than me? And this is what drives me crazy, that this era of basketball fans, the LeBron fans especially, don't want to take into account that the conditions are so much easier for statistical accumulation, which then leads to them looking at that, taking that into account when they want to compare the previous eras and saying, well, this era is so much better, so far superior, blah, blah, blah. So, I just wanted to come in and say that real quick. It was something that I noticed, and it drives me crazy how immediately LeBron fans go to the whataboutism.
Yeah.
And the final point, I was listening to your last caller, I guess Pam. I guess that was Pam.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Like, where's all that rage and aggression coming from? What is that about?
I mean, like, I think now that I talked to him twice, I think I understand him a little bit more. That's just how he is.
Yeah, I think
right?
that's
yeah. So I mean, the way he signed off, like gave me a little bit more insight, man. So I think he just high strong. Yeah.
I'm not trying to take shots at the caller. Obviously, as a content creator like yourself, we appreciate people engaging in the chat, calling in, taking their time, in some cases taking their money. We appreciate all of that, and that's awesome. But it's just amazing to me how LeBron fans seemingly fly into a rage very, very quickly on this discussion. And to me, again, it just keeps harkening back to, very simply, they know what the real deal is, and they can't rationally defend it. So all these feelings and emotions and anger and whataboutism and all this stuff gets involved. But yeah, that's all I had, y'all. I just wanted to call in and
man,
say that.
Bruce, I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate y'all taking the call.
Hey, look, the Format Podcast is one of the newer podcasts. Well, I ain't gonna say that new, but as far as the growth you're seeing is, I see what you're doing, man. I like it, man. It's you're doing your thing, man. So
I appreciate that.
y'all go sub to the Format Podcast, give him a sub. Also DreamersPro. I mean, he got
you already
quadrupled the sub. Yeah, I mean, but if y'all just so happen not to be signed, subscribe to DreamersPro, go do that as well. But thanks, Bruce. Thanks for the call.
All right, so have a good one.
Yep.
All right, Bruce.
Hey,
Friday.
listen. I honestly, like this, it makes sense, but Pamtwan is too far stuck, bro. I can't let Pamtwan go, man. I can't let it go. But this makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense now.
But Pam, man, I see you in the comments a lot, so you at least watching. You just disagree with what we're saying.
Yeah, we respect.
I got a better understanding about you, bro. So I mean,
and we appreciate the diversity in opinion too, because that's what makes it, it builds conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's something to talk about. So we appreciate you for sure.
All right, Dominique, take us out of here.
Oh man, Pam, you must be working for Clutch. That's all I got. I hope the checks are coming through. Happy Friday.
Hey man, appreciate y'all rocking it. This was an unintentional super show, and we ain't even hit all the topics. Crazy.
Yeah.
So, but we appreciate y'all rocking with us for almost 3 hours, man. Thank you for sticking out with us. Make sure you like and share on the way out. You should already did it when you was in here. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the comments. But get those likes up for us, man.
What?
Shout out Pam. Oh, Pam.
Also, real quick, man. If you want to hear about something other than sports, I'm gonna let my dog Jay talk about that.
Wednesday at 9 p.m. Therapeutic Rap. Therapeutic Rap is Wednesday, each and every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Once again, that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Therapeutic Rap. Tomorrow happens to be the 3-year anniversary of when I originally released Therapeutic Rap. So shout out to that, man. Shout out to way back then.
Yep. And then as far as Gunline Bros, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. You want to learn how to podcast. This is what I'm gonna do, because I keep hearing people want to start their podcast. This is what I'm gonna do.
Hey, I'm teaching class over there on Therapeutic Rap.
You could do that, or and I'm putting Zoe on the spot. Zoe, we're gonna do a video together. No Diddy. We go do a YouTube.
Hey, whoa,
like that.
We're gonna do a video on how to start from scratch. You know what we recommend as far as equipment, as far as software, and how to use that software. We'll make it a I don't know. We'll try to do it in 5 parts, so the videos are not too long. So we'll try to do it in 5 parts. And it's only going to be available. It's only going to be available on the if you're a member of the channel. I put it in the that's the video we do for the members, though. Okay.
And nah, man, you got to add me to that video, because I got some.
I didn't think you wanted to help us. I didn't think you wanted to do it.
I got some opposing views on equipment. You know that.
Oh man, are we gonna really?
You know what? Me and Zoe. No, Jay.
Don't do that.
No,
I get lights, cameras.
We'll put yours on the Patreon. We'll put yours on the Patreon.
Patreon. We'll split it between our YouTube members and our Patreon members.
Yeah. So if y'all don't get that joke, everything I recommend for equipment, everyone go get except Jay. Jay go and find the opposite. Dude. If I say Burger King, he's going to Fat Donald's. If I say up, he's going down. And he think he justified by saying we got to know what we got. We got to know all the equipment that's out there. I'm telling you,
how you know what works if you don't try something else,
man.
How you know what's best if you don't try something else?
So that means Jay,
sound logic.
Your next phone will be an iPhone, right, Jay?
Factuals.
Now my next phone, which I missed the delivery man today, is actually the Samsung Ultra 24. I got an iPhone, man, 14, man.
That never leave that garage.
I know. You don't even move it to the bed, boy. Like that's
I bet you that phone is still on the same charge from when he first got it.
That's the garage phone. That ain't yours. That's the garage.
Hey, are we doing a post game?
Yeah, we'll give him 30.
Okay, 30 minutes post game. Hey, catch y'all on the Patreon if y'all want to see the post game, man. All right, man. Catch y'all on the next episode, which might be my live solo show on either Wednesday or Thursday. But I catch y'all, and then of course we'll see y'all on Friday. And good things to come later on for everyone who loves Dominique so much that you got to see more of her more than Friday. She started her channel, and she'll have it up and running pretty soon. So we'll announce that as soon as she get it up, man. So y'all stay tuned, man. Dominique will have her own channel. I might come on it once or twice. Then I'm gonna drop it like a bad habit. But
yeah, we might make an appearance on there. I'm trolling in the comments. I'm just letting you know, Dominique.
Oh yeah,
we got
Speaking of the comments, I know y'all don't know this, but tomorrow my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, shout out, happy early birthday to Jay, man.
I'll be 27.
Jay, I'm gonna go live tomorrow.
It's a really good age.
And for my birthday gift to Jay, because I know he always is concerned with the time, I'm gonna get you out of here before 3 hours, and I got 45 seconds. So we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.